I got it to work. Sometimes you just need the screwdriver in the right position. And since I'm behind the bar and I happen to have orange juice and vodka, I can get you a screwdriver in the right position.
Hello and welcome to the Velveteen Lounge. How are you this evening? We're live on a Tuesday instead of Wednesday.
¿Qué pasó, amigos?
I know. We have 2 people watching so far.
Awesome!
Yay.
Which
Thank
I can
you
say.
for joining us. 3
Actually,
people now.
Michael
All
might be one, too.
right.
But yes, yay!
Please jump in and
Oh,
let
thank
us know who's here.
Woo-hoo.
Errol,
Errol.
hi. Good to see you. Happy
Pardon me.
Tuesday and happy April.
Happy April, people.
Hi, Lisa. Good to see you. Happy April.
Errol and Lisa and
Yay!
Errol. Boom, 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 baby.
I love it.
Woo-hoo. That means, you know what this means? No overseas 12-hour meeting for Errol. I'm calling that
hope
a
not.
big plus right now.
Because it's Tuesday.
Big plus.
Probably.
Oh yeah, that's right. These things are going to happen Wednesday.
Hi, Eric. How
That's
are
right.
you?
You know, this is weird. I'm just doing this as if, and it's like it's not actually our usual day.
No.
So I'm glad people were able
I'm
to
glad people
arrange
are
schedules
joining.
and show up and
Yes.
join
Thank
us.
you.
We arranged our schedules.
Okay. Do you like what I did to my hair, Lisa?
Yeah,
I
do you like that? Oh, you know, I was telling her like it makes her look sexier, more confident. You know.
Yes, it's much sexier, I think.
Well, you know what they say about blondes.
I know. Well, I'm going to find out. I feel like Vicki Lawrence. I feel like it looks like Vicki Lawrence.
It's very much that type of cut that she had in that period.
Yes.
Very, very tight kind of thing. Bingo, bingo.
All right.
Yeah.
I don't know if Facebook has joined yet.
Oh, well, just give it a second. I'm sure it'll pop in. It is
Gettysburg,
all YouTube.
ma'am. Hi, good to see you.
Got
All
the
right.
wrong kitchen, baby.
Now, you look a little different. I know. Now that we've had a laugh, can I go take it off?
And then there's
Because
this guy
it's
over here.
so itchy.
It's like
I'm gonna go
clamping my head.
I'm gonna go take it off.
What am I supposed to do?
I know. I've been live for like 2. Well, no, I'm gonna let the Facebook people join.
Give it a minute. Give it a minute, and then people will kind of join in on this whole thing,
know.
and we'll see if Facebook chimes in. I'm sure they're there somewhere, but there's a delay. I mean, we've watched a few shows within the past week, and between one platform and another, there's a distinct delay.
Yes.
It was something like 30, 40 seconds
between
the two when we were watching LCTV. And it's disconcerting because the TV set that you're watching is like off of the computer that you're typing on. And it's like,
yes. Yes, I have noticed that. We're
that.
watching like Let's Celebrate or Pepper Tree Villa. It's Hi, Kalaka boy. Good to see you. Yeah, there's like a real delay, like from the computer to the TV. It's.
I mean, I
always mute the computer, but yeah.
I recommend to people that if you have one of those big screen TVs, you can watch us on that. Sure, why not? Exactly. But you can't comment, so you have to have this thing open too, or your phone, and like you're doing that, and it's like there's a disconnect there. It's funny. I'd never noticed that because I never watch myself. So too busy, actually.
You know what? I am
too busy being. You know what I mean? Too true. A little croupy tonight. So pardon me. There'll be some home thing, but fun things will happen for sure.
Okay, you keep talking.
I will
just make sure we are actually going.
Well, this is true. You got to check that stuff.
Oh, yeah, we are. Okay.
Yeah.
Turning off the closed captioning, but anyway.
Closed captioning
okay.
Okay, you keep talking.
We are live on Facebook. Okay, good. All right.
Pardon. I'm actually going to get a little bit of drink here and get my drink on. I see I'm already drinking something that tastes 73% better. Yes, the glasses are available. Commercial plug number 1 in the evening.
All right. I'm going to take a selfie and then get rid of this hair because it is pressing on my scalp.
You kind of got to do.
We're halfway to October. Yes.
Oh, good grief.
Hold on.
So true, isn't it? Thank you, ma'am.
Oh, my God. The wig actually looks better on camera. In person, I think it's tragic, but actually it's not horrible on camera. But okay.
It is not the worst thing. It probably could use a little teasing just to give it the volume that it demands. But it's a fun one.
I don't even want to tell you where I got this hair.
Anyway.
Might have involved our neighbor's trash.
I'll
be back. I'll be back. You keep talking.
UTC the B. I will talk to the folks, and away we go. Yeah. Boom, 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 boom. I can note that this shirt actually was thrifted. I didn't have anything thoroughly appropriate for tonight, except this is such a great shirt and it's fun. And it's total poly, which is great. No ironing involved. Although it responds to steam very well if you really need it. And I was noting that the brand was really so generic, like 3 letters. I'm like, was this like a restaurant supply thing? Like you would see this in a Chinese place that actually had tropical drinks and that kind of stuff, of which, we had one in town, which completely, Rue innovated and gave us a place that was tiki and now no longer is, although there's still a couple of idols outside. Hey, Mike. We do have Facebook, and we have Joe on Facebook. Hi, Joe. Hey, hi. The do is great. And I believe that their drinks are identical, but we never eat there anymore because it's just not as much fun. We do a lot of takeout. Food, I think, has their like standard Chinese American menu items have improved, and they added sushi, and it's very good. So they upped that game. They just decided to make it very contemporary, Chinese American restaurant. And it's like, oh, boring. Beige. What the heck? I don't even want to tell you what happened to all those idols that were inside. Not gonna tell you. Second commercial plug of the evening. At the bottom of the screen, you can see a little banner that says Patreon at Velveteen Lounge. If you're interested in becoming a patron, just go there, find out several levels that you can support us with. That is greatly appreciated because that materially helps us do things like buy interesting flavor for us to play with. This is Marie Brizard elderflower that Kelly found today. He just happened to be in New Jersey, sort of central. She had a business appointment and said, I got some time. Let's go to ShopRite Liquors. We don't have a ShopRite Liquors up our way. But we have some good liquor stores anyway. So that kind of thing does help. If you're currently a patron, thank you very much. You are already helping. If you're thinking, I really can't do that every month, but I'd like to materially support you, you could certainly, there are people who simply find bizarre products and send them our ways. You know what? That materially supports us in what we do. You know what else helps? And I keep on forgetting this sort of thing, but every time I watch LCA TV, they say, throw a like on. It's like every single time you watch us, if you throw like the likes and etc., it does help. So much better. So I never think about that because I'm just like pshaw.
Hi, Mike.
But I'm wrong. No, look, the likes are good. Shares are very good. If you know friends who really ought to be checking us out, let them know. Let them know. It more the merrier. And we're always talking to you guys. So
I want to try. Oh, hi, Joe.
Yes.
Thank you. Oh, the do. Oh,
I said hi to Joe.
I think it looks better on camera.
Yeah.
Let's try this.
Yeah, on camera it looked perfectly fine. I thought it would look okay in person, but like again, a little teasing is not a bad idea. I frequently think about my own hair that it lays so flat, and people are like, "Oh, I'd love to have flat hair like that." I'm like, "Yeah, I need a little volume."
Oh, not me. I always, especially in the 80s, when big hair was all the rage.
When big hair was big hair.
I always thought my hair was
not like today.
So flat.
Oh man. Mine just doesn't get volume naturally, even when there was like more of it, right? But back in the 80s, I would actually.
Hi, Julie. Good to see you.
Used to use a miracle product called Dippity Doo. Anybody remember that one?
Oh, my mom used Dippity Doo.
Unique aroma. You'd pop that and you're like, it's Dippity Doo. Just like that. Heavy gel, you'd put a handful in and you could just go boom.
Thank you, Errol.
Take the hair dryer to it. And then like 10 minutes later, your head was like Kid and Play. It was insane. Got great volume out of that stuff.
Okay, so we're trying. It smells good. We're trying. I saw this
Marie Brizard elderflower.
In New Jersey today. Yes, Marie Brizard elderflower. I'd never seen that before.
There's of course a very well-known brand of elderflower, which is very good. But we're trying Brizard because the brand uses natural flavors only.
Good. Yeah, this is about.
Oh, this
was like $10 less than Saint Germain. So
a savings for a seriously reputable brand like I'm in. And I got to say, all the French brands that we've been trying have been just spot on.
Errol, I love it. I love the idea.
The
Brill cream. Oh, yeah. I think
Brill cream. There you go. It was, I believe it was still around. Brill cream is heavily associated around 1952, perhaps, but it was still around probably. I remember a product from 60s, 70s called Groom and Shine. And the thing about it was that it came in a metal tube. And if you hit the tube, it sort of like made a tone. It was like weird that it was like conductive gel. But that was a
gel.
pretty heavy stuff that you can get a real greasy look out of
Nothing
that.
weird about that.
Or you could kind of style it in and it would just hold like hell.
I would just sip this. This is really good.
It is a nice sipper over a rock, I believe. I would say that, yes.
Wish I had all the hair I had back in the 80s. Do you feel like I have more hair now? Because I take supplements. But
yeah, well, it helps. It does make a thing.
I didn't take my nighttime supplement.
Is it time? You're having drinks and stuff. You can wash that down.
I can.
You get a water right there. Just saying. Anyway.
All right. Now I'm going to make something a little more medicinal.
Thanks to the fans who are currently supporting us and displayed 2 ways that people can support us. We do still have the glassware.
Grim and clean.
And there'll be some more later. Anyway, minimal on the ads. The likes are good and the shares are excellent. And comments, please keep them coming. If you're like, I'm kind of shy, I don't really don't want to participate in the conversation, just drop a line saying hi. And you can just... hi and out. It's fine.
Errol says, I don't have to worry about selecting hair gels. Hi, Jennifer. Good to see you.
I tell you.
I'm going to spike my hair like Laurie Henderson in the 80s. Yeah.
Well, I recall reading that what Ms. Anderson did every day when it was time to style the hair, she reached for a different gel called Vaseline. And it's like handful of Vaseline, probably fingertips worth of Vaseline, done. That was how Lori did it. And boy, it did stick. So she had something going on. I'm just thinking about the other side of that. When you had to get that out of the hair, it would be like, kind of trouble. All these other products I'm talking about were not petroleum based. Well, mostly. But they would wash out.
I'm going to do gin, but I decided I was going to do the
special effect
rose petal, but then I decided to do the Empress 1908.
Oh, okay. I just realized that I forgot my phone, which is currently charging, but it's far from dead, so I can grab it because it actually tells me what I'm doing. Oh. I haven't done this.
I don't know what I'm doing.
I know what I'm doing.
I'm winging it. All right.
It's very good. Marie Brizard, elderflower recommended. We do recommend a lot of Brizard products.
Yeah, that was super good.
Brizard and Giffard, you really can't go wrong. All the Fards, you cannot go wrong. And there was yet another French brand that we realized has like a full line of them. I forget what it was. I got to figure it out.
Hi, Laissez really good. Good to see you.
I've been listening to the latest album from the Laissez Fairs, which I should grab right now and show you for a free commercial plug. Boom, 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 boom.
Half-ounce elderflower liqueur. I'm using Marie Brizard.
Yeah, that would be cryptic numbers.
What is this cocktail called?
This is, again, awesome. I just love these guys. They just hit it out of the park every time. It's like, let's come up with a lot of really great, fuzzy, trippy songs about various subjects and just rock the joint. This one really does. I really dig these chord changes. And you would really love to see this thing in a larger format, wouldn't you? Well, guess what Rumbard's been doing these days? They've been including a little fold out inside your CD, which, in fact,
a couple of dashes plum bitters.
Folds out.
Yay! Oh, look, a little poster.
Take that mini poster. Cute. I mean, it's not an LP, but it's a 10-inch LP anyway. So that's super fun, and I recommend that. So that's really cool. Yeah, check it out. You can definitely find the streaming. Probably Bandcamp is the way to go with that. If you really want a CD, no, they're available. I don't know who buys them anymore.
But you give me some.
But I was really glad to have one to play, and as a matter of fact, I was playing that while driving our new vehicle.
Oh, good. They dropped the link.
Ding! There we go.
I'm gonna
Hey, yeah, absolutely. You guys.
I'm gonna put the link on YouTube as well. Hold on.
Yeah, let's check that out. Thank you because I don't necessarily have that at my fingertips, but you do. On. So that's the thing. I'm glad to be talking to the actual guys who make the music. Woo! Kicks the butt.
Oh, it's Bandcamp. Hold on.
Oh, Bandcamp. Yes, I thought it was Bandcamp because I think Rumbard does most of its downloadable streaming type stuff. Bandcamp, and I have not checked this for sure, but are you also available up on the streamers like, for instance, Apple, Spotify, all that kind of jazz? If so, many people use those. I happen to use Apple Music right now. Pretty happy with it so far, but if they know me, I'm out of there. So we'll see about that. And of course, there's a whole bunch of releases from said Laissez that you need to check out.
All right, I got the link.
So do that.
I'm also going to drop it. On YouTube.
Cool. Yeah. We've actually played them on there, and I think in future we will.
It's going to drop at both places.
We'll do it. You'll be both platforms, people. We're going to see about, we need to talk to Lou about doing another show because we have some.
He sent us some stuff.
He sent us some stuff. He sent us this. This is a promo. I've been listening to it and enjoying it, so I can tell you, check it out. And you can always just check out a track or two and say, like, yay, nay. If like, I don't really care for it, I'd be like, what the hell's your problem? These guys are great. Anyway, but you're gonna listen to it and say it's awesome. That's what you're gonna do. I'm telling you right now, this is what you're gonna do. So
that's weird. Okay, well, it didn't post on Facebook, but you already posted it on Facebook. So
all right, yeah, all right. Fine. So good.
Okay.
Boom, 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 boom.
Do we have any
streaming
glasses?
everywhere. Let me see. Was I smart enough to put chill glasses in there?
Oh no, were you? Guess not. Okay.
No.
I'll just use one of these.
I will chill a glass, and then I will have a glass that is chilled, kind of.
Look, it's pretty.
This glass could really look at that.
It's so purple.
Spotty. Well, that is a pretty thing.
It's
Spotty,
so
spotty.
purple.
Yeah.
I'm trying to put it like where you can really see the
I am seeing that.
purpality of it.
The perpetuity of the whole thing. Yeah.
The purplituity.
Perpetuity. Oh, much better. You know what makes the glasses really shine? Really shine is the veil towels, and I happen to be using the magenta version over here. Beautiful. This side is all printed on polyester. This side is all cotton, so it actually works as a towel. So there you go. Available in 2 shades. I'm going to put this away now. So here we go. We also have some interesting products to try today.
In the studio later. That's great. I love it.
There you go. Oh, cool. I love that.
You didn't show the glasses. We have been a little busy.
You know, I'm going to concur with that, and also say that if the week was not necessarily stressful as one might think, it was kind of go, and really from last week into this, it was kind of go, and it's like from one thing to the next, and we have to come here and do this, and then like tomorrow,
we want to.
No, we do want to. It's true. Be disappointing if we didn't.
We could have just said we're not going to do a broadcast, but that would have made us sad.
Well, that would have been pretty poopy. And tomorrow we're off again on another gig, and we'll be gone for a couple of days. So you know what? I'm just I'll get back to this Friday, but right now, right here, right now, we got you. Yes.
Let me write down what I did. This is the yum.
Why don't you write that down? And I need to get my phone so I know what the hell I'm doing.
Purpleness.
How about that?
Purpleism.
Purple-tuity. I like
purple-tuity. Yeah, it said an error occurred when I posted that comment, but I think it was already posted on Facebook, so whatever. Jennifer's behind the conversation because I just spent a minute listening to the great music. I love the lavender drink. Okay, so 2 ounces Empress 1908 gin, 1/2 ounce elderflower liqueur. I used Marie Brizard, 1/2 ounce fresh lemon juice, a few dashes plum bitters, and garnish with a twist.
What do we have over there?
Full
Liquors. What do we have over there for liquors?
We have tequila and gin. What do you need?
I need rum.
What kind of rum?
Kind of an amber. I thought we had some over there.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, there's the. What's his face?
Come on over.
I will do that, and I'll take the bourbon too if that is not already over there.
I'll get it.
Okay, cool. I'll drop on in. So there we go. Excellent. Oh, speaking of changing wigs, but definitely purple hazy daisy. There we go.
You said bourbon, right?
Yes, I will take those. Yep, that's the kicks.
I wonder how the elderflower would play with rye.
There's only one way to find out.
I'm gonna get the
literally.
rye.
And again, we actually have some interesting products for you to try because guess what day it is? It's the 1st. Ha! We had all these ideas that we could do this, that, and the other, and I'm like, you know, I could play some sort of joke on people, and they'd be like, "Ha joke," and then that would be over. And you can spend a lot of time doing that, or just say it's April Fool's. Boom, have some fun with that.
Well, I think April purple hazy daisy. That's good too.
That's what I just said that.
Oh, okay, yeah, purple hazy daisy. I like it.
Jennifer's on top of it.
All right, I'm gonna name it that.
Mm-hmm.
What I was going to say about April Fool's Day is I love a good gag, but not when it's mean.
When we think about what used to appear on like World's Dumbest, where you had these couples who were punking each other. Right, like the one that really comes to mind is like, you know, the guy's in the shower, so the gal like spreads margarine on the floor. So when he steps out, it's like slip, conk onto tile.
Head.
It's like, what do you crack your head up and bleeding all over the place? What the hell is wrong with you people? Yeah, not with little needless to say is what I'm trying to say. They didn't last. as a couple. It's just
I
like,
remember when they broke up.
yeah, it's like, you guys are really just being like just vicious, and why? And really for cheap ratings, you know. We do things that are really fun for cheap ratings. I think there's a big difference there. So hopefully they're actually valuable ratings. And again, any likes, comments, and shares are awesome and appreciated because it makes a difference.
Smacking me.
Bonk, bonk. Stop that. Stop it. Stop it. It is a funny hat, I gotta say. And the thing is, it does shake around a lot because everything is very loose on this. So if you want to look goofy, get one of these things. Guaranteed.
Right. Purple Hazy Daisy is in the books.
We're in there. It's looking good. I like it.
Make a lovely court jester. I love it. Need that hat when I have younger engineers consult with me. Hang on while I put on my thinking cap.
Excuse me. Yeah, and they'll be like, oh, huh. Okay.
Someone
thinking about that. Thinking
snow from outside and put in the husband's shower. See, this is what I don't like. That's
just like
mean.
These vicious tricks that are like they're really great reality TV stunts, and it's like
and the ones like sometimes you see ones where parents play them on their little kids and they're like super traumatized.
They'll never get over it and they'll hate you forever.
Paul's hat is not playing nicely. So. Daughter played her April Fool's joke on her BF last night. She called up fake upset to tell him that a Sheetz employee charged her $50 for air on her tires. He was so upset. Oh.
Well, man. That's a good gag because
was it purple air?
No one was harmed. Didn't remember Pink Air?
Was it Pink Air?
I think that was Fina. Fina with Flash. Anybody from that? Oh, yeah. Actually, I think Oklahoma probably had Fina stations. I'm not sure how many are still around, but apparently back in the 60s, they advertised that their pumps, their air pumps had pink air. Put pink air in your tires.
My grandnephew's April Fool's joke was giving the students wordless word searches. Okay. New York Times Games got me this morning.
They punked you?
Yes, because I do spelling bee and connections and all those Wordle. And normally connections is pretty challenging, but most days I get
connections is pretty challenging.
Today it was all symbols.
For Pete's sake.
It was all symbols. I was like, whatever. I got the ones that were all money symbols, like euro, pound,
and you gave up.
All that. And then it was like, I got nothing. And it was like, when I thought about it later, I was like, oh, okay, but I was never going to get that. It was like each like a parenthesis, but like facing different ways. And I'm like, and they're like emoji mouths. And I'm like, oh, for cry out loud. I was never going to get that.
That is really.
As long as it's not yellow snow.
Moronic. Watch out where those Huskies go.
He was in shock.
Bear in mind that is one of, I think, 3 hits for Frank Zappa. The other 2 being, of course, the Dancing Fool, which was, I think, about top 20 in 1979.
Dancing Fool.
Completely different song than the Guess Who song Dancing Fool, although people confuse that. And the album We're in for the Money hit top 40.
We have a good Fool story, but it's not our story, so why don't you tell it?
I have a great Fool story, and I will tell it. And I was just thinking about that. This is going to take a second, so just let me ramble with this. So a friend for years who is in the theater, who has written things, who has been on stage, who has done many things back in the early 80s when he moved to New York to make money. And one of the things that he would do was these promotional deals. And
hold on, Errol. Yeah. I got to read this.
Read it, please.
Okay. Errol says, my brother has customers that ask if he has 100% nitrogen for their tires. He says, no, but I have 78% nitrogen. It's free. Then they say,
oh, that's okay.
Okay. Yeah. All right, no, go. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but this is the story I wanted him to tell.
This, of course, is what we're breathing right now. 78% nitrogen, about 22% oxygen, maybe like 1% hydrogen, free hydrogen, but it's very rare to find free hydrogen.
Anyway,
so there you go. That's it. Air, fool. That's the one. So this story is great. He was doing all sorts of BS just to like make a buck, and this is early 80s. New York was still a pretty hairy town, and probably 82, 83, somewhere in that range. He got a gig where Arby's was actually advertising. They installed like the salad bar, and they were advertising their new salad bar. And he was passing out these little surveys about it and this little information about it, being dressed as a tomato. So we got this huge tomato costume,
And he's standing on the street.
And he's standing on a street corner, and I believe he was like either Midtown or downtown Brooklyn. And so there he is, the tomato, passing this stuff out, and people were like filling this out and apparently giving it back to him. So this is like, so they'd find out something about, like, what do you think about Arby's new salads? And you're going to tell that to the big tomato. So he's standing there, this like car full of young black youths goes by, stares at him, and then goes away. Comes around the block again like 4 times, and finally one of them just rolls down the window and simply says, "Foo!" And he was just like, "Yeah, that's my life right now." And apparently the kicker is at the end of the day, he goes back to like the agent who's from Arby's there, and like, "Here's your costume," and he says, "Oh, by the way, like, here's some of the surveys that people filled out and some of the things they said." And the guy just gave him a look like, "What the hell are you talking about?" Like, none of this was relevant. It was just there to be a big stupid tomato.
I don't think it's relevant that the children were black.
The reason that it was relevant is because it's true. And because if young white kids say that, it's like, why are you actually like aping black speech, you know? So it was just the way it was said. And there's a certain truth to that. And it's not like it's a put down. It's what they said. They were right. He was a fool. So.
Surprise party just as a giant nose. Oh, geez. My husband's lucky we live in Southern California. Oh, I know. What can you put in his bed or his shower?
Yeah, interesting. Oh, interesting.
I just said I don't like mean pranks, and here I am.
Coming up with a mean prank. All right. So when I tell that story again, I'll say urban youths, because they were, in fact.
I'm just saying.
And there we go. I know that people will take things wrong on the internet these days.
Doesn't sound right.
People take things wrong on the internet these days because they're really gunning for a fight.
Utes.
They were definitely Utes.
Yeah, like Fred Gwynn.
Yeah. What is a Ute? Youths, you know.
That's a Native American tribe.
Yeah, the Utes. UTE. I think they were from the Southwest. Am I mistaken? I hope not. Anyway, one of the things that One of the things that I wanted to try was something we haven't done in ages.
Back in my Ute.
Meanwhile, back in my Ute.
We might need to make a Utes drink.
So people are really concentrating on the fact that I use the proper term Ute, and that is commonly used in and around Brooklyn. So there you go, folks. I'm absolutely right.
Utes.
And so were they. It was hilarious, and they were just laughing. And I'm like, yep.
Well,
taking the piss out of my poor buddy there, but you know what? He made money. He wasn't poor.
He could have the piss taken.
He could have the piss taken out of him. What the hell?
I know him. He's
yeah, he could.
He's a good guy, but he could afford to have a little piss taken out of him. Just saying.
He could be a little serious. Anyway, since I told this story, if he ever finds out, I'll be like, I'm never speaking to you again.
He's watching right now.
I'm never speaking to you again.
Okay, well, anyway. It's too bad.
I didn't actually name him, so there you go. Now, I did bring over ye shot glasses, didn't I?
I did.
Oh, good. I'll take the, I'm looking for the metal shots.
Oh, you said shot glasses.
Yeah, it's a shot.
You mean like the measuring
The measuring thingies. We don't have them?
His hat keeps smacking me.
I'll get them.
I don't see them.
Hat keeps smacking everything.
Utes rule. I feel like we need to make a Ute drink. Although I feel like a drink involving Utes would be kind of bad. I was sort of thinking for April Fools of making something that's like shocking green or something, but like with food color rather than some disgusting all HFCS syrup. Oh, good night, Jennifer. We'll see you soon.
Oh, I got you. So we're using a reputable aged rum here. This happens to be Amrut 2 Indies, which has
Did you say root?
Amrut.
Ute.
Amrut 2 Indies rum, which contains a blend of rums from the West Indies and from the East Indies, which is to say India.
2 ounces?
Is that right? That sounds about right. 1 ounce. It's probably slightly more, but whatever.
By 2 ounces, I meant 1 ounce.
Yeah, I meant 1 ounce. Yes, exactly. Okay, this original formula on this is a half ounce of Applejack, which we don't have, and I wasn't about to buy it today.
Oh my God, I almost bought it today.
Really? I should have told you. Well, I thought about it much later, though.
Well, it was a good price, but I was trying to be good.
Here's the thing. Half ounce. I'm actually using another ember fluid, that being bourbon. Go away, please.
What are you making?
I'm making the Hawaiian Room cocktail. This is from the Hawaiian Room from the, which hotel was this again?
Like
Let's
Lexington
see.
Hotel.
Hotel Lexington, yeah, 1937. They established a, check that stuff out, people. Power of memory. That's why she does the word searches. And they established they took their basement bar, which apparently was like little used, and turned it into a little tropical paradise.
Stormy drink.
It's sort of a like not exactly a tiki joint, because that hasn't quite come up yet, but definitely one of those like Polynesian or West Indies type joints that were very popular at the time. They had a lot of thatch, a lot of bamboo, and this one happened to have dancing gals. Well, they came up with a house drink, and it's quite good. Haven't had this in a while. Do we have a triple sec, orangey, whatever the heck we got?
We do.
I will take that.
Do you want the citronge, or do you want?
I'll take the citronge. I think that'll be fine. Okay, ½ ounce of lemon while I'm at it. And I'm going to take a ½ ounce of the citronge. Whatever orangey stuff you got, that's good stuff, will work. Don't use the stuff that is $5.99 at the bottom of the shelf. That is pretty fakey. But if you can use, if you want to use Marnier,
you'll have a headache.
It'll give you a headache. Marnier is perfectly useful as well. It's excellent, of course.
Okay, so far I've got the rum, the Applejack, the bourbon, the citronge, and the lemon juice. Have you used anything else yet?
Not yet. And the other thing to use is ½ ounce of pineapple. Now, when you said we do
There's
have
a can in the fridge.
Excellent. I'm going to get it.
Okay.
I know it's in here. I don't know in there.
Hi, Ben. Good to see you. Hi. Yay. All right.
All right.
It's getting ready to storm there for a few days. Oh, Lisa and Aaron. Oh, my gosh.
All right. We do use these tiny little cans because you know what? You'll use it up. It won't go bad.
We don't go through
it won't ferment and start turning blue on you. So unless you happen to drink a belt down 8 ounces of pineapple every day, which some people do, it's good for you.
I passed a Dole truck on the highway today.
Yay! All right, ½ ounce of pineapple. So this is what's purportedly making this tropical.
We changed lanes at the same time, but we didn't hit each other. Yay!
And that's all that goes in there. But I will make this more cocktailian by throwing in some bitters. And trying to look at what we have over here.
I brought over plum and Turkish tobacco.
I'll take the plum. I'll put a dash in there. This is going to alter the flavor slightly, but not drastically. Mostly this thing is supposed to taste like some pretty good. I'm sorry, I don't know. Mostly it's supposed to taste like some pretty good aged stuff. You got to use a rum that's got some character to it, much as if you're making, say, like a Mai Tai. You can make a Mai Tai with any rum and it will taste like a drink. But if you make it with white rum, you're missing a lot of flavor. The whole point is that the rum really shows through because it's a pretty simple drink.
All right, so this is Hawaiian room?
Use something that's got some age on it.
This is Hawaiian room?
Hawaiian room.
Okay.
So this is the thing.
Hold on.
Yep. I'll just take it.
Hi, Bobby John. Good to see you.
Woohoo!
Yay. Poor my Norwegian buddies come over to make popcorn. I have a heavy stove.
Yeah, man. And Errol, that's exactly what we're talking about. You're unlikely.
Oh, yeah, we
to
did
have
that with orange juice
too.
We buy the little 6-pack of tiny cartons.
The tiny cartons.
We don't drink that much orange juice.
Too much OJ. You know, the big ones just go bad on you. Mm-hmm. They start turning kind of brown and like bleh. And there's also the small cans of grapefruit. I would love to find that you cannot get those in your market. You can order them. I think you can get them off of the online retailers. And I should do that because Christy and Jeff do that. And they always have the grapefruit and it's got a very long shelf life. But I buy grapefruit in that bottle and it's like, I don't drink that much grapefruit and it just starts going bad on me. I do like the drinks that use the grapefruit like the zombie. And what's the other one? I do too, and I can't have them. Jet Pilot. Yeah, you can't have them.
Sure, pirate. I mean, I probably.
So that's the thing. We're drinking even less of this stuff.
Remember when Kenny Rogers did commercials for Dole? I do remember that.
Don't we have?
Well, let's put it this way: I don't remember that, but I have a book, a Kenny Rogers cookbook,
which is all Dole.
So yeah, that's like remembering.
Anyway, I made one major sub with this. Obviously, it's going to taste a little different if you have Applejack in there, particularly if you actually have some very nice Calvados, for instance. So it's a brandy. But I decided to throw in the whiskey and see what do we got. You know what we got? We got deliciousness.
I have a little of my water. And then I'm going to try more or less what I did for my first drink, but with rye.
This thing's, it's a little different. You've got some flavor notes going on. I'm throwing a peel in there because we have them and I always forget about them. And that's going to change the flavor even more.
I can't have too many cocktails tonight because I have to wake up in the morning.
Yeah, so do I.
But I'm going to have another one.
Well, I guess we all have to wake up in the morning unless we go to bed at 6 a.m.
Oh, that's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I've actually putting that little bit of lemon oil on there added like yet more flavor notes. And it's like that is something of a different drink there. That's the whole point of the peel. And we've been having, we will frequently get a classic at one of our favorite joints, that being Keen's Steakhouse. And their bar will serve you all the classics well made. They're using really great ingredients. And if you order a Manhattan, they're going to give you a little slice of orange on there. And they've expressed the orange in there, and you get those notes. It's
Blue Blood's cookbook. Oh my God, that's funny.
Woo! Interesting. Anyway, so we both had drinks.
No, we don't.
You don't?
I need another. That went down kind of fast. I'm not going to lie.
Well, truth be told.
All right.
Here I am yakking away. I got a full drink, and yours is gone ages ago.
I will have another cocktail.
Well,
I'm not going to lie.
No, you are anyway.
I'm not going to. I'm going to have another one. Sorry, not sorry.
I'm just going to do it.
Sorry, not sorry.
Not sorry.
This time tomorrow night, I'll be reading really poems. Sorry. I'm not even joking. This time tomorrow night, I'll be reading poems.
As will I.
Okay.
Swear.
All right. So I'm going to do what I did, the purple hazy daisy. Mm-hmm. This is going to probably be the brown hazy daisy.
Brown hazy daisy.
But I used the Empress 1908 for the first one. I'm going to use some rye for the second one. We'll see.
So are you basically just going to vary up the base liquor?
Yes.
Hello. You do that a lot because it's
I
love
love doing that.
Fun to play.
Because you can, it's really interesting to see the taste differences.
What are the dips going on
by just changing one ingredient.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to do a half ounce of the Marie Brizard elderflower, which is what I did for the first one.
This is an excellent flavor, and I would say you could absolutely use that in any drink that you're currently making using the elderflower. The other product is excellent too. This one is coming to you at a better price. That's important to know.
Hi, let's celebrate. Good to see you.
Hey, here's all safe.
Oh, we just finished filming. I love it.
Hey,
very exciting.
That's very, the fact that you couldn't make it to now because we were just hearing from the laissez-faire saying, we're about to go into the studio. I'm like, awesome.
Yes. Project Boy saying, do you wear a special costume when reading poems? As a matter of fact, I do. Yes. They like you to look like a fortune teller, so I lean in.
There's a term that we can't use anymore, but you know what we're talking about.
So let's celebrate. I was in New Jersey today, and I picked up, I've never seen this in New York, but I picked up this Marie Brizard elderflower, and it's delicious. It's
really nice.
Every bit as good as Saint Germain and like $10 less. So
and then there's a really great drink that you can make featuring rye and Saint Germain. What the heck was that called again? I haven't made that in ages.
I know.
Because we haven't had the Saint Germain. We frequently have rye around. And it also used the Peychaud's bitters, which otherwise he's used in like one drink.
Hi,
so
Ben.
It's good to have.
Good to see you. Yay. All right.
Woo-hoo. We were just seeing Ben.
Party people in the house. Okay.
And Arnie.
Okay.
And Doug.
Oh,
just the other day.
Okay. So for my first round, I did this with Empress 1908. I did 2 ounces of Empress 1908. This time I did 2 ounces of rye. But otherwise, both had a half ounce of the Marie Brizard elderflower, half ounce fresh lemon juice, and 3 dashes of Fee Brothers plum bitters.
The Fee plum is very fruity, as it get a very specific note. It's pretty candy. It's not that sweet, but it is interesting. Oh, Bobby John's thing? Yeah,
Bobby says, went to the post office to mail a letter that needed to be postmarked April 1st.
That old local news station, Bosa was on fire?
For real? That's not like an April Fool's. Oh my God.
Yeah, that would be a pretty bad April Fool's joke, like we've been mentioning. That type of
Oh my gosh. So I was on the Garden State Parkway today, completely stuck in traffic.
What else is new?
But fortunately, I
all your New Jersey folks
really, really, really early for my appointments, so I was fine. But
smart gal knows how to drive in New Jersey.
You know, when you're in gridlock traffic and emergency vehicles are trying to get through, it was like that.
Yep.
And then they come on the loudspeaker and they're like, "Get out of the way!" Well, the sirens are wailing. It was crazy.
It's very unnerving.
It was extremely unnerving. But they were like, 3 cop cars and 2 fire engines, but it didn't really seem like anyone was injured. I don't know. Whatever. So the first one was called the Purple Hazy Daisy because it was so pretty and purple.
Mm-hmm.
This one's just going to be brown.
It's going to be brown drink.
Brown Hazy Daisy.
It's going to be beige.
The beigey daisy.
Beigey daisy. Beigey
daisy.
Beigey daisy. There you go. Like every drink is just this sort of like off yellow beige kind of thing.
Can imagine Glendora and a fortune teller's caravan reading palms. I know. Perhaps she should. I know.
You know, I'm going to be doing it too, and I will look good.
The fact that there's a mailbox in front of the post office, it seems like a constant April Fool's joke.
Oh yeah, seriously.
Yeah, the purple drink was super pretty.
Very nice.
This one won't be as pretty, but it will taste good.
That's exactly the same color that I got. Check that out.
Actually, it's not brown. It's kind of
yep. Let's get this off yellow like I've got. All the sours.
The golden
daisy. I was kind of liking the beigey daisy.
The beigey daisy. It's not beige.
But you could make it beige, but why?
Okay. I have a little extra. Yay.
You got a sidecar.
Okay. Clear the bar. I need my twist. Here's me remembering to use my twist. I'm not something over tonight.
You got your twists? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you're not something over that was sealed. That was the good part.
I'll have to post.
I hate when they do otherwise.
I'll have to post a picture of my hair. For those of you just joining us, I started this broadcast with blonde hair.
I might have had the fool's cap on earlier myself. Never know.
Why is there a mailbox in front of the post office? You're there.
You're there.
Exactly. Well, it's okay. So
our Stun Comics,
our post office, as many, if not most of them do, has one of those drive-up boxes where you're supposed to be able to roll down your window and put your mail in. Only you can't.
You can't reach it. You have to open your door, and since you're that close, your door doesn't open all the way. And there you are going this,
anyway,
and then it's got like the safety thing, so you have to like really cram it in and touch everything. And you're like, this is the worst system that they could have devised. And there it is.
This is good too.
I'd like to try that. Yes.
So I think the purple one was really transcendent, but this is quite good. Okay, Gettysburg Man was giving you the perfect opening.
Oh, boom.
Does anyone have any
flavors.
Really bad April Fool's pranks that were played on them? His wasn't bad, but it was hilarious. I posted this on Patreon.
It was played on me?
Well, your whole office. This machine.
Oh yeah, that's right.
It was so cute. I thought it was funny.
Yeah, it was really funny actually. I took a picture and sent it to you also. We actually have a seltzer dispenser, which also dispenses still water for people who like to go to a machine to get water. I don't know who these people are, but anyway, it's purified and it's cold and blah blah blah. But I'm like, I can get seltzer. Damn it, I'm going for the bubbles, people. So I'm usually there getting either what's the one that's really good? There's a peach mango. That is just flavored, not sweet. It's just the flavor. It's really nice. And it's great that is at work and I can get one of those. I don't have to go buying it. It's just right there. It's just a little soda. That's not all this sweet, sickly stuff. And sometimes I just get it straight. 2 cents plain works great for me. Super. Comes out faster, in fact. But I go there today to press, and the flavors have changed up, which they do from time to time. Let me actually open the picture so I can tell you. And the flavors, I would show you, but this is going to look terrible. The flavors have changed from things like peach and lemongrass, strawberry, to habanero honeydew.
Which I would actually try.
I would try that.
I would try that.
I would try that. That's described as spicy mayhem. Red velvet ranch.
I saw that. I was like,
so
ranch seltzer? What?
Red velvet cake and ranch. And
then I thought about the
flavor.
date, and I was like, oh.
That's described as moist. Cheddar chocolate milk, which is described as aged. Egg is simply egg. And then gold, which was purportedly to contain 24 karat flakes. And I go, okay. So I press gold and the thing comes up, April Fools. I'm like, you punked me. You really did it. That was pretty fun. And other people noticed that too.
I had to think about it for like half a second, but
that was actually really fun.
When I thought of ranch seltzer, I was like, it's April 1st. Okay.
Here's the kicker. You know something? If they'd actually installed those flavors, I would have tried them all. I know ranch velvet sounds hideous,
Wait, what?
as hideous goes. But I haven't tried it.
Bought my nephew a trampoline guard. This is Errol.
Huh?
Knowing he was getting a trampoline a few days later, he was a little upset and said, just because there's a picture doesn't mean that's what it is.
Oh, okay. Okay, there you go.
God.
Fun stuff. But you know what? He figured it out. He figured it out.
Yeah.
I do appreciate a good joke, and if it's played on me and I'm totally taken out, I'm like, you got me.
I thought the ranch seltzer was the funniest thing I've seen.
And you know what? I'm going to get you. So, yeah, it was pretty funny.
Red Velvet Ranch.
Red Velvet Ranch. Not just ranch. Because seltzer.
Someone was being clever.
Yeah, they were having some fun. Actual ranch seltzer would be pretty hideous. But combining that with the flavor of red velvet cake would be exactly what you think.
Any thoughts for a substitution for Galliano? Yeah.
First thing to think about is that you can also buy the small bottle, which
they do make a little.
There's a huge bottle, and then there's a bottle this size.
Yeah.
And you're thinking that's still a pretty big bottle.
That's a lot of Galliano.
You can use a half ounce at a time, and the small bottle will still last a while. And all you need to do is just have a 70s party and serve wall bangers, and you can use a lot of it. So if you're like, yeah, that's still way too much freaking Galliano. Bear in mind, it is one of those liqueurs that's fairly high proof, that's full of like 25 herbs and spices. But one of those is anise. And what does it taste like?
Yeah, I was going to say.
The only thing it tastes like is anise.
Absinthe.
So you could probably sub any of the absinthe type things, the absinthe substitutes, Pernod, probably certain types of ouzo would work fine.
Pernod's still kind of a lot of money, isn't it?
Arac is actually the same flavor profile.
I don't like Arac, but.
Oh, you're not thinking of, that's not the thing I'm thinking of. There's some stuff.
Absinthe.
There's some stuff from Lebanon that's ARAK, Arac. That's an anise liqueur.
Yeah.
Any of the anise liqueurs taste like all the other anise liqueurs. So
running
if you
with
get a good
Captain
price,
Morgan's Cannon Blast Room.
There you go. The Cannon Blast.
Glendora has any extra wine? I know. Glendora killed all her wine.
Yeah, that's asking Blenny if she has extra wine is really like talking about what you're going to do with all that extra wine.
What? Oh no! Yeah. Oh my gosh!
Good one.
Gettysburg Ma'am says, my best childhood friend told me that one April Fool's she was moving to Canada and that she wasn't going to give me back anything she borrowed and that she already had a new BFF in Canada. Oh my God. Oh my God.
That's kind of cruel.
I've long ago established I am way too soft-hearted for this world. But wow.
Kind of cruel.
Wow.
Kind of cruel.
Oh
man.
My God.
Yep.
That was a brutal prank. You are correct.
Yep. Kind of cruel. That's sad.
Yeah, I haven't seen Galliano lately. Admittedly, I haven't been looking. But
I remember back in the 70s, it actually it came
in that really
tall, like
I think it still does, but
pyramidal bottle actually came capped with
across the tracks.
It came capped with a little plastic hat that was like the imitation of like those like Italian soldiers' hats that you see. They're very decorative. And I remember actually finding one of those at a yard sale. I had it for years, but it was a Galliano topper. And we have had that big bottle, and it takes a really long time for it to go down. Absolutely. You got that right. But then we've also had the smaller bottle, and it was much better. Galliano also made a product called Ristretto, which was a coffee liqueur that was really you
see it a lot at the holidays.
An espresso liqueur. And they renamed it, and I forget what they call it now, but it's actually really good. It's a very excellent thing. And if you happen to say, like, I like an espresso martini, yeah, there is no such thing.
Mike is saying,
but if you like an espresso cocktail, I would recommend the Ristretto. There you go.
And Mike is saying there's no such thing as extra wine. There's only unopened wine. I have a friend who posted one time. She was talking about seeing recipes and say, use your extra wine.
Use your leftover wine.
I think it's cute that you have leftover wine. And I thought, yes.
Yep. What you need, of course, is the box of wine, because that tap is endless. It's the bottomless box of wine.
I still had her fade roller skates. Oh my gosh. She got them back. They only had 2. Good for you. Good for you. Oh my gosh.
Have some fun with that. Have fun with that, kid.
So impressed at your alcohol knowledge. Oh,
Thank
I
you.
know, right? It's good that we know something, right?
Well, when you study a subject as we do, blah, blah, blah. But I will say, like, back at you, because I am getting impressed with, like, your knowledge of various foodstuffs and food prep. There was the whole discussion of deep frying. Like, you could use you just have hot oil on a stove. You could actually have the electric. You could actually have the commercial electric versus the home electric thing. And the commercial one keeps it hotter.
Harry says, "Did I do
And
my
that's important.
wimpy to Glendora's Popeye?
Oh, there we go.
Gladly pay you Tuesday for a box of wine today."
Anyway, but yeah, all of the deep fried stuff did look really pretty awesome, and it's I think it was. Was it?
I'm a fan of box wine. I'm not gonna lie.
Was that? Well, I forget which one of you actually pointed out that the commercial electric deep fryer was like not much more. So just buy the real thing, and it will keep things hotter when you're going. And it's important because otherwise it's not hot enough, and your stuff gets soggy. And you don't want soggy fries, and you don't want
Speaking
soggy
of soggy
stuff.
things,
Hello.
we have things to try.
Yeah, things to try. Good segue. Note what I did there.
Paul bought us some things
We decided
to try.
that we could try really bizarre drinks, or we could try interesting foodstuffs. So I went to our local market that does a lot of Latin products. So this is
Codito
Atomico from Del Campo. And Del Campo comes to you. I'll try. I got a knife. That would probably help me out. Imported and distributed by Mega Business LLC, New Jersey, Englewood.
New Jersey.
You guys can appreciate. You can appreciate that better than most.
Englewood is.
This is the product of Peru, and Codito Atomico is actually puffed elbow macaroni. I said that's really pretty weird. I want to try that out.
The weird thing is, I listened to a podcast today that was about pasta, and it was also about. They were talking about dried shrimp that you add water to, and it reconstitutes the shrimp. And then he happened to buy pepper shrimps without me saying.
I bought the dried shrimp that's actually Jamaican product. So this is actually, I believe, it's puffed. I believe it's sweetened a little, and it might be spiced. No, I think it's just sugar. I feel like Peppertree with their interesting snacks, and sometimes your bizarre snacks, sometimes from north of the border. They're slightly stale.
I was going to say they taste stale.
Which is just I mean, these have come all the way from Peru. Who knows how long they've been sitting on the shelf? They're slightly sweet.
I'm going to have another one.
They're slightly sweet without being a lot sweet. It's kind of got like a very mild kettle corn thing going on, but it's not sweet enough to be kettle corn.
Yeah, I'm into black box. I agree with you there. Let's celebrate.
Yeah, seriously.
Why is Smart Food popcorn? Oh, I don't deteriorate. I don't know. I haven't had it in ages.
Oh, yeah.
This is good. I was like, these are kind of stale.
Well, Smart Food, as I recall back in the 80s, was basically just oil popcorn, just coated with liberally coated with cheddar cheese.
I love that Lisa makes pasta, is what I'm trying to say. I love that. Homemade pasta is the best.
My illusion of losing weight. Forget about it. But the pasta's good. Yeah, I'm seriously,
I'm good.
Take that away, please. So this is interesting. I might want to give that a second in the air fryer to see if I can crisp it up a bit.
I guess it's
very strange that you could poof up pasta like this. And it is just a trough food. And it's not that sweet, so I'm actually kind of happy with that.
I guess it's not airtight because they're a little stale, but
who knows how long they've been sitting there.
It's good. I mean, it tastes good. It tastes like slightly sweet packing peanuts.
Same brand also had Atomic Puffed Wheat, which just looks like breakfast cereal. Looked like Sugar Smacks. And what was the other thing they had? Oh, the puffed corn. I probably should have gotten the puffed corn too. But I wanted to throw some variety in. That's why I got the pepper shrimp. Now, this is Home Choice Jamaican. Home Choice actually makes a really excellent ginger extract, which we use.
That's why I know that name.
Yep,
okay.
That's the guys. So these, I think you just eat straight out of. I don't think you reconstitute these. And all this is the dried shrimps, and they say very specifically wild caught. Oh, it's dried shrimp. The shrimp is already plural. And pepper and salt. That's it. Pepper shrimp. Didn't we have pepper shrimp recently at the Kowloon?
Yes.
I believe it was pepper shrimp. It's really good too. It's because they couldn't have the Thai food because the guy wasn't there yet.
Oh my
There you
God,
go.
so many shrimp.
Woo!
All right.
Well, that is, you know what this
Oh boy.
You know what this smells exactly like? It smells like that fish food that you would feed to your neons.
It smells like the fishing boats coming off of the
Very chewy.
catch.
It's not as salty as I expected. Pardon me. Got a little pepper there.
Ooh, homemade pierogies.
Oh, hello.
Good.
My roommate
This
used to make pierogies.
Commercial popcorn maker, and for Halloween we give away fresh popcorn instead of candy. We have lines. Oh my gosh, that's
250
amazing! I
boxes.
love that.
Holy guacamole! I tell you.
I'm afraid.
I will say that we do have on the smaller scale, we do have that Whirly Pop device, which does the same sort of procedure as the commercial popper, and it comes out as good. It's just a lot less popcorn. But the commercial maker is great because it just hauls it. It really just cranks that popcorn out. And I've operated one of those at a carnival, and it was pretty cool. Although the stuff that you use,
the Manhattan Wine Chaser, yes.
the stuff that I was using that came in a packet that had the corn and way too much salt, also had some extremely suspicious orange oil that was being fried in. I'm like, yeah, you don't want to know what's in all of that. But I bet you're just using like canola, something like that, and the salt and the corn, and it's like that's perfectly fine.
Here I am going like, these are okay, and then like pouring myself some more. So like,
they really
all
do.
Right, let me see.
They really do smell.
Yeah, I don't know. Let me see some more.
They do really do smell exactly like the fish food I used to feed my neons back in the 80s. And that, if that's disconcerting, I actually remember trying that at the time and saying, well, what does this taste like? It might taste like this.
You ate your fish's food?
Yeah, I didn't eat it all. I didn't eat the live food. You could get like live worms and things, and the fish love that. I'd like to treat my fish, you know.
Wasn't there like, packets usually have coconut oil? Probably.
Oh, yeah, probably.
Probably.
Yeah, and it was definitely colored with probably annatto. And it had like other sort of hydrogenated fats. I was like, this is so bad. But I was passing out packs of popcorn like mad. People were loving it. Although I was working next to the gal doing the candy floss, and that was
cotton candy.
The cotton candy. That was the popular thing. And I was saying to myself, what's the deal here? Like the cotton candy is like 10 cents worth of sugar.
I have a theory.
10 cents of sugar to spun up. I got like actual starches burst forth with a lot of salt and oil. It's like there's much more value in the popcorn. But people were going for the candy because, as you're pointing out, who makes cotton candy at home?
That's the thing. Most people can't make cotton candy at home.
Make popcorn.
So they're gonna, even if it's junky, they're gonna get it when they're
because
out.
It's special.
It's special, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so yeah, Lisa's saying, can you rim a glass with that stuff? You could. I feel like you really could.
You might have to grind it up a bit. It's very thick.
No, I think that if you used
something really sticky.
Yeah, like if you used caro syrup or something.
Yeah, that would work. And that would be
you could rim a glass with that would be amazing. Actually.
Do that, throw in a bunch of like sort of Cajun spices and just call it your Nolan's Bloody Mary. I think you're in. And like Flynn.
Oh. Errol's saying when I was in Saudi Arabia, they brought in McDonald's. I started eating and thought, yeah, this is probably not hamburger. Oh yeah. The Paramount packs the coconut oil. The Paramount packs the coconut oil is not added with butter, so it tends to be better. Okay.
Interestingly,
thought about a cotton candy maker for next Halloween. Your line will be around the block.
You do that. And I saw the gal making it. It's like it takes a stunt to get used to it, but then you get going, you're good. And the only issue is that like every
5 minutes of training.
5 minutes of training, but then like every 30 minutes you need to clean that thing because it gets gunked up super fast. She was spending half her time cleaning the thing. The popcorn maker just cleans itself. It was fine. But
keep telling yourself that.
Errol,
hi, Rave Racer 91. Good to see you.
I will wager that in Saudi they're using beef, but of course they're using halal beef. And are they using the highest quality of beef, or is it like our McDonald's where it's like we're dredging from the bottom shelf there? So there's the issue to my mind. That they're definitely not using any pork products, and they may be using other kinds of filler just to get it there, like ground up chicken, turkey, that kind of stuff. So the simple fact is, you want to find like In-N-Out in Saudi, and then you're talking.
12 cotton candy. Celebrate almost as much as raccoons trying to watch.
Good luck, guys.
All right.
All right, so
both of those were yum.
And they're gone now.
I need something else.
We have things.
I need something else.
We have liquid products to try, by the way.
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
we have.
But I'm probably going to grab a beer or something because.
Anyway, we might. Try
Although I'm going to try some more. I already tried
I'm going to try this guy to see if I can work with it.
I'm going to try some more of this Marie Brizard elderflower.
I decided to find interesting products from the shelf that one might consider well off the beaten path for your typical Western tastes. Although we are in the Western hemisphere.
I like the way you say that. Your typical Western tastes. Like I have highbrow Western tastes.
I'm just thinking about people who are like, oh, it's spicy. Oh my God. And they can't take it. Like whatever. And these people will be from the Southwest. I'm like, there's spice all over your food. For Pete's sake, wake up, man.
A little more of this elderflower liqueur.
But I happen to find some things which are flavors that you don't normally find. And this one is Pear Drax. And it is a fizzy pear soda. So I'm interested.
Pear what?
It's a fizzy pear.
No, but what's
soda.
It called?
Pear Drax.
Pear Drax.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know
like
what
Dracula.
No, Drax like diarrhea. Drax like the villain in Moonraker. Thank you.
Oh my God.
Here we go.
Right,
it is fizzy. It says that the pear is fermented.
So much beer left over from Sunday's live stream. I bet.
I saw a lot of beer on that live stream. I was very interested in some of those beers. I will concur with you that I happen to like a stout myself. And really, the only one I really like is Guinness. Although I tend to prefer the one in the can because I like that fuzzy, foamy head. I do like that.
I like this. So.
Oh, that's good.
This is going to come out wrong. But it tastes a little, I'm enjoying it. But it tastes a little like a carbonated pixie stick.
I'm not getting that. It does have a pretty high sweet profile without being cloying.
Unibrow.
Oh, man.
Errol, the struggle is real.
It's truth.
The brow struggle is real.
It's truth. I even struggle with these, I tell you. They will not behave. Although I haven't gotten to that sort of like mad scientist thing, like who can I compare myself to? Leopold.
This is good.
Sergei Eisenstein. Yeah. That's a good one.
All right. I'm a fan of that one. Now, or
even Avery Fisher.
The Pear Drax.
The Pear Drax.
It is Pear Drax.
I'm going to make something really simple in this glass just to like try this out as a mixer. And I could use, I will use those tobacco bitters. I think that will complement this well.
I think it will too.
I'm not going to waste my time with a fresh glass when I can just rinse this out and go. So I'm going to go do that and be back.
Oh, Errol's saying we've made milk stouts very similar to Guinness. Ooh, okay. Yeah, the hair struggle is real. I'm just saying. This is good. Where is this from? This Pear Drax? Did you say?
I'm sure it does.
I didn't bring over a pair of glasses, so I can't really tell you, but looks like it's in French. The name is in French.
Well,
so
quite possibly 18.
That narrows it down, I would say.
Yeah, could be one of the islands. Pear Drax is coming to you.
Oh, thank you. Let's celebrate. Yes. Hey, gang, there are only 16 people watching and 8 likes. Hit that button. Thank you. I appreciate that.
I was actually noting earlier in the show what you say every show, which I totally forget every time, which is please hit the like button.
I know.
So, likes, shares are very important. I always forget to tell people to share, but get your friends in on this action. It's a fun show, right?
Is this in French?
I'm saying that. What?
It's in English on this side and French on that side.
But I still can't tell where this is coming from. Trinidad and Tobago, baby.
Okay.
Which is actually an English-speaking island because it was an English colony. But they're throwing this in French because of the fact that a lot of their neighbors will speak that and they want to sell some product. Okay. Smart people. So what we're going to do here.
All right. What are we doing?
I got this guy, Schilling. And I need a good base for this. That would be very sensible. Yeah.
I put it away, but
dang it.
I'm coming back.
I will take that base. What have we got there? Oh, that's a good idea, actually.
I thought so.
Tequila. Hello.
Tequila.
Well, tequila is not unknown to the folks in
Tequila.
Trinidad, even though they make a lot of rum. So what we're going to do, they can get tequila.
Oh my gosh,
I'm going to throw about an ounce or so of the reposado in there.
Okay, so what are we doing here?
We always mix with reposado. Some people think that it's crazy because it's a
okay,
sipper.
so 1 ounce reposado.
1 ounce reposado. That's what we're doing here. Some people think that's kind of crazy. It's like, what a waste. I'm like, yeah, I would sip this, but I would mix with it too. To be honest with you, and why not?
I don't feel like reposado is I mean, I like it. It's good. I would sip it, but I feel like añejo is where you get into the sipper category.
Aged kind of thing.
Yes.
But this has been rested, so this is true.
It's been rested.
I happen to have another one of these guys, so I will use this.
That was 1 ounce, right?
That was 1 ounce.
Okay.
I am going to throw a cube in there because I want to make a cube in there. So I want to get this whole.
In your glass.
But I'm going. You can't put a cigar in your drink, but you can put tobacco bitters.
I didn't think so, but
this we determined because there was a question. This product contains no tobacco, which would actually be illegal according to FDA rules.
B Brothers Turkish tobacco bitters.
At least so far. We'll see what happens with the FDA. So those, but that really gives you the impression of tobacco.
They're the yum. Funny. Those are some good.
Really good.
Phil.
I bet I'm going to need a little lemon in there. I'm going to try it because I've got no sour in there at all. That's going to make a sweet drink.
Pear tracks.
If you like it that way, you're done. I liked it to balance it out.
I've just never typed this out before. Chilled pear tracks. Yep. Sparkling pear drink.
So I'm just going to splash of the lemon. Give it a stir. And you can build a drink like this. I know that I didn't do that much measuring, although I measured the base, so I know what I'm getting for the base of liquor. And I know that Peppertree was noting that very specifically about drinks they were making. Measure, so you're getting the same drink every time. It's true. When can you free pour? When you're making these tall drinks and you're like, am I using 4 ounces or 5 ounces of soda or tonic? That's not that relevant. You know, what's relevant is that you know how much base you're getting, so you don't have 5 ounces of gin, because that's an imbalanced drink. There you go.
Milagro Reposado. I have not tried that. We learned about El Jimador. We took a cooking class in Mexico, and I'd never heard of El Jimador until the chef who was teaching the class brought it out, and we're like, okay, great. And suddenly we could get it here.
That's not my memory.
That's my memory.
My manager at my original manager at the company introduced me to El Jimador.
Yeah,
and that was years. It was years before that.
But then I took that class.
I took that class too. And I remember he had the same big bottle of Jimador. I was like, "Hey, you got the good stuff."
I didn't.
We knew Jimador.
I didn't. You did.
We knew him. We were buying Jimador.
Not before that.
Robert recommended this stuff, and I was like, "This is a good brand."
I'm sure he did, right. But I don't remember before that.
Anyway, so here we go.
We have different memories of this. Okay, so
this is a very simple drink that I'm topping with this pear stuff because it was reminding me of the pear cider, sometimes called Perry. And it's a pear soda.
This is good.
But it's a good mixer. I do think it's improved by throwing a little bit of the lemon in there.
How much lemon did you use?
I gave it a splash.
Okay.
If you wanted to say 1/4 ounce, that's probably about right.
Bring rum with pineapple or Diet Coke. It depends on how adventurous I feel. I love it.
That's the kicker. I always say, like, what do you like to drink? That's what you should drink. And if you want to try some of the things that we're doing, try them out and see where it is. If you think that, well, that's a little too sour, add more sweet. If it's a little too sweet, add more sour.
Yeah, love the smell of tobacco until you light it. Exactly.
Oh, that's the thing. I always thought tobacco.
How much lemon did you add?
A splash. Okay. If you wanted to call it 1/4 ounce, it's fine.
No, it's fine. I just want to.
There you go.
Here.
I remember my grandfather's pipe tobacco was always very aromatic and nice, and it wasn't terrible burning. But then cigarettes, which actually smelled quite nice in the pack, you light it up. Oh, what the hell?
I know.
What happened here?
Ugh.
What did you do to tobacco to make it horrible? And then people are just breathing it.
Does this have a name?
And they're just breathing it at you as if oh, I got to have this, blah, blah, blah. It does not yet. And I think that really, as much as I've spent enough of my life in jazz clubs with people puffing away as if American tobacco didn't have enough of their hard-earned dollar, and therefore my left lung has diminished capacity just because I wanted to hear some good music. I'm super glad when the law was passed that said no smoking in clubs. Yeah, screw it. And, and guess what? The clubs are no less packed.
I'm going to sample a little more of this.
So boom.
I bought it today. It's going to be like gone in a week. And you're like, what happened?
It'll be okay. No, you're right, though. It'll be like half gone.
It's so good.
We'll be like, gee, what happened to that sucker?
Marie Brizard, elderflower liqueur. You heard it here.
I was just thinking to myself, when did we buy this bottle of Beam? And we're at like half? Oh, jeez.
I think.
Longer ago than I think?
Longer ago than you think.
Okay, good.
Okay, so.
Because we bought this guy like about a week.
I feel like I don't see the Lagro. All right, I'm going to look for it. I feel like I don't see it around here, but.
Okay.
Have you tried Ron Pope? Yes, we have.
Which one? Oh, Ron Pope. Yes.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
We have Mexican neighbors who are awesome.
They do these things. And we frequently, like, he is a madman on the grill. Like, he's just so happy with a huge bag of charcoal. And he just like lights it up and let's just go grill everything. Always pineapple corn and the beef short ribs. Very happy with that. Skirt steak, very happy with that. And it's just like El Maestro.
He grills really the same stuff every time because it's like
he's
classic.
Done. He's done.
He doesn't have to experiment.
He's good.
Like,
he's doing that. The wife is frequently out there like doing like the slow simmered pork on the same grill with the propane. I know. He's got one of those two-way grills.
She also knows when to like order in.
Yeah, she does. When they're doing a big party, it's like
she knows where to order from.
Yeah. We got some good local places.
Yeah.
We got some really good local places now. So yeah, they throw a good party. Okay. So like he's frequently bringing us food because he got so much surplus. And I'm like, all right, so how many adults do you have over there?
I know.
And I'm like, okay, 4, great. And I just mix up like 4 Mai Tais and here you go. And everyone's just like, this is so good. I'm like,
well, they always call them mojitos. When Paul's like, here are some Mai Tais. They're like, thanks for the mojitos.
I'm like, okay. It's because it has mint in it, but it's a good rum drink. And the fact I'm glad to reciprocate because the food is awesome. It's like I don't exactly do that, although we do excellent ribs because I do smoke them. So,
you did excellent ribs this past weekend.
Oh yeah, it was just Sunday I did those ribs, didn't I?
I know, they were so good.
Was it Saturday? Maybe it was Saturday. They were good. They were really
good.
It
was the weekend.
Somewhere on the weekend, which everybody's working for. And I have taken to smoking them.
Hamburger with Campbell's soup. Oh, Campbell's onion soup. Oh, you can also like take the powdered onion soup mix and
just mix it in.
Massage it
into your burger, and away you go. There's also that thing where you take, you put the slice of cheese into the burger and just mold it onto it. I've got a feeling that Celebrate does this kind of thing.
Our nephew is Mexican, but makes better Chinese food than our Chinese friends.
Hilarious.
You know what? Yep.
There's always those stories about those tiki joints where they needed food by law. And it's like, well, what can we make? Well, our busboy is Chinese. He knows a guy, and like suddenly you get a Chinese chef and he's making egg rolls and he's making short ribs and blah, blah, blah. And you go from there. And that suddenly becomes the food in your tiki joint,
Ooh, a big rib event in Pittsburgh. I can talk. You want a beer or something? I'm going to go get a beer or something. Do you want a beer or something?
If you bring a beer or something, I would probably proceed with that. You can't drink these all night because we got a job tomorrow.
I've had 2.
Yeah. 2 is good. Yeah, 2 is
Our job is not until night, but...
True. I'll straighten out.
But still, I have to wake up. I have to wake up early.
I like to moderate, so I'm just not like at the end of this broadcast. Hey guys, this has been a great broadcast. There's no fun. The point of this is all
food.
Enjoyment.
Hi, Ben. We've got Ben PTV and Ben Willis. Hello.
All
right, I'm gonna get some beers.
Got all the Bens. Yep.
Bing. Okay. I don't know what's out there, so
you'll find something good. Truth is, I think we're getting low. I know what I need to do. Go to South Jersey and relieve you of some beer. No, I'm not going to do that. We have a great local beer store that you'd really enjoy that has just fantastic selection. Really, really heavily seated with all the great U.S. microbrews, but a big selection of German braues. Wow. Very good. They got some stuff on tap that you can put into a growler. They got those growler cans. Pretty cool. And I'm trying to think, what was my point about food?
Okay,
what about
so your
things?
choices for beer are
or this or that.
Harpoon. New England Pale Ale.
Or Harpoon New England Pale Ale.
Harpoon New England Pale Ale.
Well, I happen to be very fond of a pale ale. I would say of all styles out there.
Good for you.
If I could reach for a style, if I'm at a bar and they've got a pale ale on tap, I'm in. Because it's a little red, it's a little hoppy. And in the UK, they call us a bitter. And I'm like, that's a super happy place to be for beer, as far as I'm concerned. And boom, yes.
Big Red is a gum. I haven't tried. I don't think I've ever had Big Red.
You've had Big Red. It's big, 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 and it's red, red, red.
Gum?
Gum. You've had Big Red gum. I remember their commercial was like, no little cinnamon gum. And of course, they were slagging off the competition. But Big Red was in bigger sticks.
Hamilton Demerara. Take the edge off. My vanity license plate went missing today.
What do you mean missing?
No, bad.
Somebody ripped off your plate? What the hell's that all about?
Ridiculous.
Their plate's registered to you. What are they going to do with it?
I mean, I know if you knew the answer to this, it wouldn't
I know what they're going to do with it.
Who steals a license plate?
I think it's people who are trying to like punk the the Easy Pass. And I think that is so stupid. You're going to get caught.
Oh my god,
idiots!
Can you reach me?
Speaking of fools,
a Narragansett glass, please.
I can do that.
Thank you. I'm going to have this Harpoon. I bought these in New Hampshire when we were there recently. It's not hard. Thank you. It's not hard to get Harpoon here, but it's hard to get anything other than IPAs here.
IPAs have totally glutted the market. I think there are too many of them. I happen to like the style, but I think it's a pretty lazy.
Like an IPA.
It's kind of a lazy way to make beer, ultimately.
I agree with you.
And I think that like a lot of them are out there at like 9%. I'm like, that's 2 beers in one, cheapest people. I just want something that's what, 5.5. Okay, pretty hoppy, not excessively so. Nice flavor and nice maltiness without being sweet. I'm good.
This is good. There is another rosé cider out there, but
oh yeah, well we can have that. Yeah. That was Woodchuck, I believe, which is a very good product. That's from Vermont. Since we have woodchucks under the house, I feel like I need to represent. I also feel like I need to evict the woodchucks.
I heard. Thank you.
Prosit.
I am the craziest sounds today. Banging, and I was like, "What is that?" And I think it is the woodchucks under the house.
Time for them to go. They've been there for some years.
I wouldn't try to evict them myself if I were you.
I'm not doing anything like that. I'm calling the guy or the gal, whoever has the traps. They'll take care of it.
Yeah, because I don't want to get into it with them.
They're bitey.
They're probably like, I've lived here longer than you.
Yeah, they probably have, and there's still time to go. That's the kicker. The Hamilton line, there's several of those, are very good. We have one of those. I think we have the zombie mix.
Still have it?
We still have some zombie mix.
It's not zombie mix. It's zombie rum.
Well,
it's zombie rum.
I'll put it this way. It's not a zombie mix like you're going to pour that in and make a zombie out of it. It doesn't have any juices in it. It's just the 2 rums that you put into a zombie. Yes. That's what I'm trying to say here.
Exactly.
I'm saying it poorly, but thank you.
What happened to your full hat?
Yeah, put my other hat on. There you go. I stopped being a fool.
I'll wear it.
You want the full hat?
Fool.
You're a fool? Okay. I get the full hat.
It's April Fool's.
Yes,
I'll be a fool.
Yeah. Yeah, it is not like it's not Mrs. Zombie Mix the way that like Mr. and Mrs. T's Mai Tai mix.
I gotta mess up my hair for this, so get ready.
You gotta do it. You gotta do it.
Right.
It is really just like 2 rums that are blended that you would just pour 2 ounces in, you're done. And that's a really great idea with zombies because they are very complicated. Stupidly so.
I'm a fool.
Hi, I'm a fool.
I'm a fool. Let's talk about a visit on our 3rd season. Yes! Should do a Manhattan episode.
Manhattan.
I love this idea so much. Yes, let's do it.
We frequently talk about the Manhattan variations, of which there are many, starting with the Boulevardier, but then you go from there. And you can just vary up the components there. You can use Cynar, which I happen to like a lot, and we just got a bottle of Cynar, and away you go. And then there are things to do that are sort of Negroni-esque, but using the rye, and that's a lot of fun.
How much wood could a woodchuck chuck and oh my god! All right,
try it. Take 2.
All right, I've had 2 drinks. How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? Got it.
See that? See that?
Second try.
I'm telling you. She got a second try. I know.
Chuck, if a woodchuck could chuck wood.
Boom, boom.
All right.
So that's the kicker.
I'm not drunk. You're drunk.
I'm not as thinking as you drunk I am. So I suppose the idea behind that whole tongue twister is that you're talking about like groundhogs taking logs and throwing them on the pile,
Oh my God.
which is a pretty fun image now that I think of it.
You're guessing it's better than the raccoon that crashed through the ceiling at my mother's house as it was being flipped. Talk about bad timing. Okay.
The raccoon thought it was excellent timing. However, your mother thought, "Get out of here!" So much for that sale.
The craziest sound I heard today, this is Errol, is can you size this relief valve today? I don't even know the size of the separator, so no.
Relief valve? You know, that's the sort of thing I say, yeah, do you have a micrometer?
Paul,
and there we go.
Clowns to the left of me and jokers to the right.
Here I am.
I'm stuck in the middle with you.
The fact is, I need a condylectomy.
Oh my gosh, that's our friend's favorite drink.
It's a good thing. I don't even know how old that is. That might be a much more recent addition to the canon.
I think it is.
But it's a good one. And the other thing that it reminds me of is that within the same family is, of course, the well-known Vieux Carré, which is an excellent thing. Apparently, it was a pretty famous New Orleans drink, except it didn't really get a lot of attention until recently.
Well, we would always call it the Vieux Carré, and then our friend was like, the Vieux Carré. Okay.
Well, I think she grew up speaking French as a primary language.
She lives in New Orleans.
She lives in New Orleans.
So,
of course she did.
Oh my God, my bangs and this hat do not get along. It's like looking. This is ridiculous.
When I was wearing
Talk about looking a fool. Okay.
Well, when I was wearing it, the hat also wasn't getting along with you. So maybe there's something about this hat. I don't know.
I'm just going to wear it.
I just wear it. But you're not bonking me, so it's behaving better on your head. I don't know.
Said the bishop to the actress.
Boom, 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 boom. You're not bonking me. So, hello.
So anyway. 1920s. Okay. All right.
20s.
I feel like someone told us that was more recent, but you can't believe people. People suck.
You know what? I'll check it out. And there's one place that I could check that would definitely tell
Hi, Deadhead Rum. Good to see you. It's been a minute. Yay. I love it. Good bucaque. Yes. And now I have to call it that. Bucaque. They are delish. I had so much fun in New Orleans.
It's that kind of town.
It is that kind of town. And when we were there, it was hotter than probably literal hell. I have not been to literal hell, but I imagine it was that humid. It's not even the heat. I can handle the heat. It's the humidity. We were there in July, but damn, those bars were good. All those classic places, just go. Yeah. In latitude 29, you just go. So much fun. Both my parents said, oh, okay. So I'm not going to read that one, but that hat is perfect for Mardi Gras. It's my Fool hat. It's April Fool's. So when we started this broadcast, I was a blonde, and then that started to itch and press on my head. So, I went back to being a redhead. Being a blonde is not for the faint of heart. I'll just say that.
That's a quote from?
I don't know.
Isn't that from Legally Blonde?
Well, okay, it's from the book because, I'm a big Legally Blonde stan. But in the book, she starts a society for people who are blonde, like a blonde defamation society or something like that.
Anti-Defamation League?
Yeah, she does. but I forget, it's not in the movie. But being a Legally Blonde stan, I know that.
So here's the way that I know when a drink becomes popular.
Okay.
If it's a classic, it's a classic. Here's the Mr. Boston Deluxe Official Bartender's Guide Copyright 1965. So this is the version that they revised
Is that
for
your
65.
parents' copy?
This is my parents' actual copy of the Mr. B book. If you dig into a reputable used bookstore, you can probably find this exact edition or similar. They publish this thing every 2 years.
I
They
love that
revise
your
this.
parents own that.
Oh yeah, of course. And I grew up with this in the house. And it's just like, oh, this is the thing you can use to do thingies, you know. And my mother really didn't.
It can be used to do things.
Mixed drinks or whatever all that is, you know. I didn't know
Thanks.
anything about that. I didn't have two parents around having martinis every night. I didn't have that experience. But my mother did enjoy a whiskey sour. So she would make them from time to time. And did she consult this book?
Two at the
No,
most.
she actually would get the packets of Bartender's Friend. Oh, yeah.
I was
that
blonde.
stuff.
Now I'm blank.
Bingo. But anyway, so this was around, and this is one of the Bibles. It's a little bit of a thin volume. The latest version is about twice this thick. But in 65, Mr. B thought you needed to know this stuff. It's got a lot of classics. Obviously, it's got martinis, Manhattans, all that, sidecar.
Oh my God.
It does have a Mai Tai, which is pretty close. It's surprisingly close. Most bar guys from that period got it totally wrong.
Can I break in?
Please.
I just have to say, Eric is saying, you know, Kelly, you kind of look like a member of the Go-Go's with the blonde wig. That
She
is
got
the
the beat.
nicest thing anyone has ever said to me. because
You got the beat.
I felt like I looked like crazy in that blonde wig. So for those of you just joining us, when we started this broadcast, I was a blonde wearing a wig. And I was like, oh, I changed my hair. Do you like it? And people were kind of like, oh, it looks good. I'm like, that was a joke. I didn't actually change my hair, but yeah.
Yeah, but you know.
Also, look at Kathy Dennis. I don't know what Kathy Dennis looks like. I'm going to look her up.
We'll find out.
Okay.
Parents
Your
were huge in
parents were-
Manhattan and martini. Yeah,
I love that.
can
Let's
dig- I can
celebrate
dig it.
as it should have been.
I can dig it.
As it should have been. Yes.
My parents know, and I think a martini would have put my mother under. She was
Your mom can handle her booze.
she didn't drink a lot like that.
No, but she drank wine.
She was a wine drinker.
She
if
was a
anything.
wine drinker.
Wine and sherry. That was it. Like, real simple stuff.
What
like-
sherry is wine?
Probably like her parents. Sherry is a fortified wine product. True. But my father's father, now he was a Manhattan drinker. Although I always think about the way he drank in Manhattan, which was they served one to him at the restaurant, and he's like down the hatch. I think he just liked a shot of whiskey.
But I will say, Paul's mom, she was like,
She was a classy gal.
no, but well,
Yes.
she was classy,
Truth. Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
But she would also like read the paper and like, oh, they're talking about Mai Tais this week. So she would send you the Mai Tai recipe, or like, oh, they're all about limoncello, and she would send that to you. Like, she was very curious,
She
and
was
then
curious.
she wanted us to make it for her.
So we made her a bottle of
yeah,
limoncello.
Yeah, we did.
And she thought it was perfectly nice. And I'm sure she had some from time to time.
Mm-hmm.
But really, it was sort of like out back by the in-ground pool with the gals with the bottle of gin and the bottle of tonic. It was
Well, I was gonna
G&T's
say,
all the way. New
It
England,
was
baby.
Rhode Island, so they were all about their gin and tonic.
G&T's, baby. People were not drinking a lot of that hard liquor, like straight up drinks. They were drinking a lot of these highballs.
I love that they passed the tradition on to you.
That's awesome.
I love.
So here's the question. The Boulevardier, if it
Okay.
really dates from the 20s, shouldn't it be in here? And the question is, maybe. I think it just didn't get that popular. It might, like the Vucari
Okay.
is not in her either. So this is funny. This is a
Vucari.
60s book. Where is the Vou? Where's the Boulevardier? No Boulevardier. There's a Mai Tai, which at that point was finally starting to hit the books.
What's in
and
the Mai Tai though?
They're Mai Tai. Dig this. This is
Is it
interesting.
legit?
Yeah, usually the Mai Tais in a book from this era are terrible because they're faking it and they get it so wrong,
Yeah.
and they'll put weird ingredients in them. But their Mai Tai is as follows. They say
Okay.
half teaspoon powdered sugar, 2 ounces Old Mr. Boston imported rum. They just mean an aged rum.
Okay, rum.
But it's also got the sugar syrup.
I'll allow it.
It's
rum.
also got the sugar. You're supposed to put the sugar syrup in there
I know.
in an official Mai Tai.
Okay.
1 ounce,
Let's-
1 ounce of curacao.
All right.
It's a little much, but whatever. Half ounce of orgeat.
Okay.
Half ounce fresh lime juice.
Yeah.
So far, you're spot on Mai Tai.
But
The
how much
only-
rum though?
2 ounces. 2
Okay.
ounce, 2
all
ounce
right.
base.
So far, so good.
Spot on Mai Tai. The
So
only
far,
thing
so
they
good.
do that's off book is a half ounce of grenadine. And you know why?
No.
Because everybody thought that the thing had to be red, which it is not. There's a reason for that. And I can't really fault Mr. B because he got the rest of it right. They're okay.
That is so much better than so many Mai
Tais
I've seen. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to allow it.
Isn't there a whole blog out there called Bad Mai Tais?
Yeah.
Which is hilarious.
Yeah, it's an Instagram.
We've seen a lot of Bad Mai Tais.
Instagram, yeah.
I make a habit. If I find a place that's really a neighborhood bar, I might say sometimes, hey, can you make me a Mai Tai?
Find it on here.
And they start pouring weird stuff, and I'm like, this is going to be entertaining.
Instagram does not want to let me hook up from the laptop.
Yeah.
But I'm going to find it, and I'm going to tell you because it's so funny.
Say hi to Johnny. Johnny!
Johnny, hi! Good to see you.
Hey, that's a good segue. Johnny, didn't you just receive a certain album?
Okay, here
I'm just asking.
I found it.
Yep.
Okay. Bad_my_ties. She just shares bad Mai Tai recipes. Yeah, bad_my MAI_ties. TAIS.
There we go.
Crazy.
How well was this drink known? Here's exhibit number 2.
Here we go.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. What?
The Boulevardier.
Yeah.
A cocktail, a
Very
whiskey-based
Malone,
variation of the
cocktail.
Negroni was first documented. I can't read that because I don't have my glasses on.
Macalon.
1927 Parisian cocktail book.
Barflies and cocktails.
Okay. All right. Good.
It's a book from the era.
All right.
I don't think it caught on because here I am holding the 1949 Esquire drink book. Where's the Boulevardier? They're not even talking about it. I'm like, this has a ton of stuff. It's got. I don't think it has a Mai Tai either. It had not become popular yet.
Oh, Johnny, we're not going live tomorrow.
People will talk about the 1944 Mai Tai. I don't think anybody drank a Mai Tai until about 1954.
We're working tomorrow night.
Yeah.
So this is our happy hour.
This is it.
Week. But we'll be back next week.
This is the one.
We'll be back next week.
Yeah, I'm looking. No Mai Tai.
On Wednesday.
No Boulevardier. Where is the V? It is not even documented in this. This has a ton of stuff, and you think if it was popular, it'd be here. It has a Vieux Coulé, which is a liqueur.
Oh, wait, hold on.
It does not have.
Deadhead saying, I was once told a real Mai Tai should be made with Malibu pineapple juice, grenadine, and dark rum. Oh, God. From a girl that had been to Hawaii once. Oh, no.
Oh, well, so she knows.
Oh, no.
She's like the she's like the Brady kids. They've been to Hawaii once and they want to make a Mai Tai.
Oh, God.
You know what
that is so wrong.
That reminds me of one of my high school buddies runs a bar on the southern shore of Rhode Island that's called Patty's, and they have what they call a tiki bar, 2 Ks in tiki, and they serve very large blue drinks. So that's just reminding me of those very large blue drinks. I've had one of those once, and you know what?
Oh, your album will be here.
Party!
Yay, Johnny! I'm so excited. Thank you for ordering it.
Excellent.
I'm gonna go grab it for a slight commercial.
Let's have a commercial plug.
All right. Johnny ordered it.
Check it out. It is ceviche. We do not play on this, and you do not sing on this. However, guess who's on the cover? Yeah, you can see that. Dano insisted he wanted a cover that looked something like this.
I look sexier without the full hat.
I'm
just saying.
Well, truth be told, there is a sexy cover. That's the one I'm trying to reduce the glare, and it's very hard. Let me try to do this, and there we go. That's it. I'm covering up everything.
I look a lot sexier without the full hat.
And this one is our version actually comes with the wrong finger, the hype sticker, because of the limitations of the LP format, Dano had to substitute, and he decided to substitute one track for Glendora's theme from the Glendora episodes, which you've heard if you've seen them. So this is the real thing. This is the only place to find Glendora's theme separately.
I'm going to share the link.
It's really cool. There is a CD of this, which doesn't have the theme, Glendora's. You could get it, or you could just order this because it's an LP. We've heard this on a real system, and it sounds fabulous. And
oh, Johnny's hanging in this tiki room. I'm so flattered, Johnny.
Oh, man.
Thank you.
Well, it just looks like that, you know? We actually have this hanging on the wall to my left, and this is the stunt cover that Dano made up when he made the CD. And we're like, oh, there's an LP. No, there was not an LP. But public demand demanded that there be.
Public demand.
Public demand demanded. So if you want to throw the link in there so people can go find that.
Yeah.
Oh, you did that. Thank you. If you would like your own copy
thank you,
of Ceviche on LP, follow the link and it can be easily ordered. We've been sending out a bunch recently, and Johnny, I think, was the last one to order one, and it's on its way. If you haven't gotten it yet, definitely in there.
Errol is saying, don't know why, but I love the look of a blue drink. I do too.
They're fun.
And you know what?
They're fun.
It does not, a blue drink does not have to be awful.
Doesn't have to be terrible.
This is I will die on this hill. A blue drink does not have to be awful.
I think the sort of the classic name for a blue drink from these bar guides is Windex, which usually tastes like what it sounds like. It doesn't have to taste like Windex, because all the blue stuff is orange stuff. The blue color is just there for fun. So if you make a Mai Tai and use the blue stuff instead of the orange stuff, guess what? It tastes like a Mai Tai, but it's blue. That's just fun. Added fun, whatever. Shouldn't actually make a big difference.
It doesn't have to be bad.
I know.
It's all about proportions.
All of the cocktail people just like started throwing stones at me saying, "Oh, that's horrible. You can't possibly do that." If it tastes like a Mai Tai, it's a Mai Tai. Because the rest of the stuff he used in there is the same stuff. It's good.
I just remember being at an event, which shall remain nameless, and there was a liquor rep there who was passing out drinks that were blue, and they were fine. They were good. I mean, he was a rum rep, but
it's having a little fun.
People were just like, "Oh my God, blue drink. Ugh, ugh, ugh."
But you tried it and you said, "No, it tastes like a drink."
I was like, you know what?
He's
just having fun.
Have some fun, man.
He's just having fun. It was fine. It was good. It's proportion. And using a good blue curacao, you don't want to use a crappy blue curacao. I will give you that. But
if the name of the curacao has a double L on the name,
oh man, I've been using Windex in mine. Deadhead, I know you know. If you know, you know.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Deadhead rum, by the way, is another fine product that you might use as the base of your Mai Tai, and it would improve things.
So offended we cannot get Deadhead.
Oh man, yeah,
in our neck of the woods. So wrong.
Because we had the classic story of when Lunwa was trying to get it so they could promo some Halloween drinks, and the rep took forever to get there, and then like apparently he walks in, hands him one bottle, and takes off. He's like, "What the hell was that? I'm trying to get a case of rum here."
I'm so upset.
So irritated.
We can't. I was in a liquor store today.
No Deadhead.
I just want to see Deadhead in my store.
Oh, what's wrong with people? Your East Coast reps are terrible. You need new reps.
It's all mafia.
Do I need to rep your product?
It's all mafia.
Maybe I just named my next career because I would do a better job than these clowns. I'm telling you.
I love it. I love it. He needs the next chapter, and I don't see Deadhead in the East. I'm just saying. I see a void. I see a dearth that we might be able to fill. So what the heck? I also see a dearth. Do we need to talk? Talk to me. It's ridiculous. Because it's all mafia. I can't figure it out. Glendora could take them on. Actually, that's true. Maybe you should just be dressed up as Glendora as a liquor rep, and these people would be terrified of you. That's too true. Who? Yeah. Me? No, you mean Glendora. Oh, yeah, that's her. You mean my cousin. Oh, that's the one, yeah. Bad things about our old distributor. I know. Oh, oh, Johnny says I traveled to Ohio to get mine. I know. Deadhead, we should talk. I'm just saying. Distribution in New York should have already started. We can't find it. We cannot find it anywhere. So name your distributor. I'll go there and punch the guy out. I will. Because it's some guy, you know. I'm not gonna punch anyone out, but I will say that I will drive to find it and I'll drive to find it because I would do that because we are Deadhead fans. I will do that. I remember going to lengths to find the tequila, and it was somewhere in the bowels of Queens. I found it. Someone was drinking blue champagne last night. Yeah, we were drinking some blue. Some blue sparkling wine. Yeah, it was a little sweet, but it was blue. It was blue. It was sweet, but blue. It was blue. What the heck?
Here's the kicker, and it's like, and I'm not downplaying the blue either. Don't get that impression. I think it's fun, and if you've got a reputable blue, and Giffard makes a very good blue curacao, then go to town. It's just food color. That's just fun.
I love a Giffard blue curacao.
Yeah, I mean, the blue Hawaiian was invented by.
Doesn't Senior Curacao make a blue? I feel like they do.
The original curacao makes a blue.
Exactly.
So that's a vote of confidence. I think it was Harry Yee, the bartender,
road trip with
who invented
diners
the tropical edge. So
I love a classic diner.
Yes, we do. And we're talking New Jersey. Hello. Diners, baby. I'm thinking of
apparently not a salesman. We met some beer reps at a store near the lake. They were awesome. We walked out with a case. I guess we're doing it wrong.
You know, I'm doing something wrong by not selling the product, because here I am on air telling you the product is good and telling you to try it. That's the thing. But if the product is good, it will basically sell itself. You just need to have people try it. And that's the thing that works.
I disagree.
By which I'm saying that if you're trying to sell a terrible product, you would have to be some incredible person to hawk it. But if you're selling a good product, people will try it and say, yeah.
Johnny's saying the chocolate mixed with anything raspberry, amazing in the Deadhead.
There you
yes.
Go. There you go.
No, I was just going to say, like, I am not saying that bad things would. All right. You said something that bothered me.
What did I say?
It was the idea that if it wasn't bad, it would sell itself if there was exposure. And
That's
I'm
not
like,
what it said.
I feel like you need a lot of exposure. More than just being in the store.
You need a lot of exposure. Well, people need to try it. There's way too many things on the shelf.
Yes.
Nobody knows what it is, and they get confused.
Like, it's
too true.
Yeah,
true.
You need more than just like, here it is. Like, what is it with advertising? People need to see your ad 12 times or something. Like
something like that number.
You need to punch people in the face.
You got to knock them over the head. Innocent, irritate. Truth.
Exposure plus education. Boom. Exactly.
That's what I'm telling you.
Exactly. Yeah, people need to see it. Like, it's not enough to just be there.
They need to try it so that they know what the hell it is. And they need to do that a lot. And if they've done it a few times, they say, now, wait a minute. That stuff, I like that. That was different. And the fact is,
the bottles are amazing. Johnny is correct.
Has always had fun figural bottles, no matter the product.
Yes.
And they
bottles
vary.
Incredible.
They vary up so that they're kind of collectible. So there's a real stunt.
You need to find a sponsor that owns a liquor chain. Amen to that.
I would be promoting.
That would make my life a million times better.
A lot easier. I would promo so many products out there, people. The fact is, Deadhead has provided us with product on a number of occasions, and we used it. Boy, did we use that. We used that at Tiki Oasis. We made a lot of drinks for people with Deadhead, and they were happy. So, yeah.
And at Ohana.
We've done that too. Yeah. No, it's great product. It's a lot of fun. Great mixers.
The exact same events every year. So no new people. Yeah. I know.
I know.
Yeah, I know. I feel you.
Feel the pain.
Yeah.
I mean, we're working here. I would certainly like more eyeballs on what we do, because we're just trying to make a living like all these things. Again, if you want to hit some likes on this and want to sharing this makes a big difference. That's how the word gets spread. But anybody who decides like I'd like to support you this way and that makes a big difference.
Oh, no. It was soap poisoning.
Of course, the little guy with the dark glasses is like, hey. I showed him. What brought you to this lowly state?
Oh, you mean Ralphie?
Mm-hmm.
So the little guy in the dark glasses. I was like, what?
What? Yes. Ralphie. Ralphie playing the gag.
Soap poisoning.
Yeah. Fun stuff. Yeah. No, good stuff.
Here we are. It's April.
It is April already. April 1. But you know what? In no time, it'll be like April 15th, and we'll just be moving on.
Don't wish time to go faster.
Oh, well, we burned through March like that.
Someone told me that like 10 years ago. I was like, oh. Yeah, now I get it. don't wish for time to go faster.
I don't wish
It's
for it.
going fast enough.
It is. And the fact is, no matter what happens, I always think like, wow, it's so long until that thing we're doing in the summer. And then it's so short. But then like you're a week out and it still takes forever to get
And
there.
it's going to be Christmas like in a week. It's going to be Christmas.
Bum, 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 bum.
All right.
PTV has been here. I believe they're still here. Christmas.
Ben was here.
I believe you're setting up Christmas tree starting in September.
Who
I mean,
else?
that is the months.
Who else wants
Fewer
some
months than that.
elderflower?
I'm good for now. Just
I
add
bought
more beer.
this today. This is the. Can I say the bomb?
You could.
I feel like that's like 20 years ago.
Oh well, so
But
you're dating yourself.
This
Whatever.
is so good. This Marie Brizard
It's tasty stuff.
elderflower.
I was happy with it. I think it's a
It is
really, really nice flavor, high quality
delish.
product,
I'm all
all
about
natural
it.
flavors. I'm good with all of the Brizards that we've tried, and one of their famous ones
Life's like
is
a roll of
their
toilet
mint,
paper.
their creme de menthe. And I'm not a big creme de menthe fan, but they make a good
Exactly.
one.
Life's like a roll of toilet paper.
Close you get to the end, the quicker it rolls around.
Jeez.
I believe I remember seeing
But
that.
you're not wrong.
I remember seeing that quoted from Alfred E. Newman, and like
You're not
that's
wrong.
entirely appropriate.
Oh,
Too true. So, yeah, I mean, we've actually noted a lot of fun products, but the only ones that we actually tried tonight, I think there's some fun products, and the only one we tried was the Paradrax, which is from Trinidad.
I'm holding up.
I thought it was a
Marie
really
Brizard.
good.
We
Oh, wait a minute,
this
we tried that
tonight.
too. I'm talking about the sodas. This is actually fun
That was
stuff.
delish.
This is fun
Do
stuff.
you want to try another soda?
I thought it was a good mixer. We
Or do you want
happen
to save one for next
have-
week?
We happen to have the Benjo's sea moss with ginger. No, ginseng. Sea moss with ginseng. This looked bizarre, and I said, well, I'd try it. Why the heck not? It is not carbonated. Sea moss is...
It's a soda that's not carbonated?
Yeah, I don't think it's actually carbonated. I don't think it's
Okay.
considering itself a
right.
soda. Let's see. Blah,
What
blah,
is it
blah, blah, blah,
considering
blah.
itself?
No fizz. It's just a drink, which means I can do this.
Well, Ernie and Doug have to set the schedule, but right now they're planning on a Labor Day weekend. Oh my gosh!
Baby.
Take off to decorating. I love that.
I'm digging it.
Oh my god! And
Digging it.
Labor Day weekend is our anniversary.
Also true.
Just saying.
One is just saying. So this stuff...
No grasshoppers. I don't even think we have green curacao. Green curacao. Green creme de menthe.
Green creme de menthe. No, we don't. We have...
Curacao is
all of our minty
something
stuff
else.
is clear. Well,
I
just
know.
add a drop of food coloring and you're done. There you go.
I was
Tastes the
thinking
same.
about that. Yes.
Tastes the same.
Yeah.
Probably better.
Green creme de menthe.
When I was a kid, creme de menthe was always green. Never saw the clear stuff. And then you get
know.
older and realize, oh wait, there's variations in there. Curacao itself apparently used to come in a green formulation, and I think that's very strange. But so this stuff
I would try
is
it.
sea moss with ginseng. It is just intended to be a non-carbonated drink. The sea moss, I believe, is Irish moss, which you would also know as, is that agar? It is a thickener. It is actually made,
Agar.
it's made from a seaweed, and it's used in a lot of things as a thickener, and it's been used for a very long time, and it will make your drink a little thicker. And this is kind of a syrupy consistency. So let's find out what we got here.
Uh-oh. Are we opening it?
I can take the opener, please.
We're not going to save it for next.
No, I'm going to open it now. I bought it today.
North Jersey related. A-Trade soda.
A-Trade.
Oh, yeah.
Turkey dinner. Pork roll.
Yes.
Oh, man.
Yes. I'm familiar
Got to
with
try that
A-Trade.
pork roll soda.
All right, hold on.
You understand that I'm actually very fond of calling it Taylor.
End it.
I don't call it Taylor ham. I just call it
Yeah.
Taylor.
Mhm.
That's the end of it. Our local place, I actually, when we order bagels, I might sometimes order it with like the ham and cheese,
Well,
blah, blah,
in
blah.
South Jersey,
And,
they call it pork roll,
pork
and
roll.
in North Jersey,
Taylor ham.
Taylor.
But sometimes I've heard Taylor too, which I like. It kind of sounds like Planet of the Apes. So here we go. Trying the product.
Pork
with
roll
sea moss.
soda scares me though.
Pork roll soda sounds like pork soda, which sounds,
Okay.
that sounds disgusting.
I'm not sure how I feel about this from the
From the
smell,
get-go.
but
It actually smells very sweet.
I'm not mad at it from the smell, but let's see.
It's all mild. Ginseng, you think it's going to have a big kick to it, but it is not ginger. So it's a bit bland.
Yeah.
I think it's designed to be a health tonic, so there's nothing special.
All right.
You could mix
I'm all about
mix
health,
with this.
so
It's got some thickener to it. It's thickening. You could throw some sour into it. That would improve things. You could throw some fizz into it. That would improve things.
yes, it is totally the same package.
Yeah.
Agar
seriously.
also helps as a stabilizer to prevent separating. Okay.
Bingo.
All right. This is pretty good. It's it reminds me of some candy I had as a kid, and I can't put my finger on it.
Reminds me of that candy that was like rice candy, which comes with an edible wrapper. I remember getting
That's
that.
not what it reminds me of, but
because it was very sweet and bland.
that's not what it reminds me of. But it's pleasant.
It's not unpleasant.
It's pleasant. I'm not mad at it.
There were 3 or 4 variations on this that I saw, and this also came with peanut flavor and with some creaminess to it. And the creamy stuff looked really weird, and I thought I probably can't mix with that, but I would try this.
Good.
I would try this.
Sea moss.
Sea moss.
Who knew?
Sea moss is used in its Irish moss.
I'll be waiting for those health
Irish
benefits.
Is actually used as a thickener in many things, including ice cream.
I'll be waiting for those health benefits.
Some people are like, "Well, you got seaweed in there." It's a thickener. It's a stabilizer.
I thought it was good.
Yeah, I'm putting a little lemon in there to see if this actually counteracts the sweetness, because I think that's a pretty good idea.
You know, the sweetness didn't bother me.
I would add ginger to it too. Ginseng.
You've added ginger to everything.
Ginseng is supposed to give you all that energy. That never worked for me.
He's a ginger guy.
I like the ginger. This is very good with a little bit of sour added to it.
See?
Yeah, try it out.
That's good.
Yep. So I
don't think I like it better, but I think it's good.
I'm going to save this, and I might mix it with this next week. We'll see where we get. Yep, bingo. So the final piece here, we're talking about the said Boulevardier. I'm like, look, if this is a known drink, it would be in here. The Embry book from 1946, I think.
You can tell by opening the book and looking at the beginning of it.
48 actually has all sorts of stuff, because this guy's a real aficionado. So I think that he would have it. He should have had it if this was a known quantity. And this is the part that bothers me. It's like, is it really that old? Yeah, it is. He's got something called a Boulevard. Well, what's in that?
Okay.
Let's find out. That's close. Survey says...
Cervezas! Beer.
We are, in fact, having cervezas.
Okay.
Let's see. Let's see here. He's calling it a dry Manhattan with a few dashes of Marnier. Not the same.
That's
not the same drink.
Nope.
But apparently somebody invented something called the Boulevard.
Okay.
I can't even start with that kind of stuff. No one drinks a Boulevard anymore, but people drink a Boulevardier, which is a good drink.
Why would they call it a Boulevard? That's weird.
Who the hell knows?
I don't
People
know.
call all sorts of things. But he does have very good advice about your classics, Manhattans, martinis, but also talks about the sidecar and how most of them are made terribly because they're made equal proportions. That's totally wrong.
No.
More base, less of the mixers. And it's the same thing with the Negroni. Negroni is like, people insist, professional bartenders, you've got to use 1 to 1 to 1. No.
Oh my God. People
don't do
get
that.
so upset.
They get incensed. You're doing it wrong. I'm like, yeah, you actually make it with more base and less of the mixer, better drink. That's important. And that's the part that gets me about canonical knowledge. Come on.
Canonical knowledge.
Yeah.
Aww.
You're just going by the book rather than thinking what tastes good. I don't think that a Negroni tastes like that great if it's made that way. Make it with more base, the way you would make a martini, the way you make a Manhattan. It makes a difference.
Sweeter.
Anyway, so, well,
is it that time?
It's about that time.
All right.
We're close. We're in. We tried a few things today. We actually
have tried so many things.
Benjo's was actually pretty good. I think that the
Marie Brizard elderflower
is an excellent product.
Home run. This is so good.
Big hit out of the park.
You love it.
Pear Drax fizzy pear soda. I think
that was
really
so
good.
Much better than I thought it would be.
And Who else makes a pear soda? This was pretty unique. The great thing is, if I found something that I could make with
It
pear
was
cider,
delish.
I could sub pear soda for people who don't drink booze. So that's important to me because we have friends who don't do it. And I'm like, I'd like to be able to make something for you that looks like a cocktail.
Yes. Yep.
Without being boozy. So there you go.
Mull it better.
And sometimes I like to cut down. There you go.
And then there was also the sea moss thingy.
That was this one. Yeah. I mentioned that first.
Okay.
We didn't actually try the chicha morada drink. Next week we'll whip that out.
What's that one?
This is actually the purple corn drink. The chicha.
Purple corn.
This is a Peruvian thing. It's very popular in that area.
Put it in the
fridge. World. We'll just put it in the fridge and go from there.
This
is telling us Inca's Food makes a lot of Peruvian products, and we have access to a lot of them. So I'm interested. And
I'm into it.
Yep. So I've already told you about a few ways to support us. You know about them all. There is the Patreon. There are the products. We still have the towels. We still have the glassware. We've got the record. If you're interested in the LP, which Dano put together, and you do not have a copy, then just follow the link. You can get it. It's a great selection of tunes. He really did a great job on that. And I remember he consulted with his brother on the mixing just to make sure that everything balanced out correctly. And he said it really improved things. I'm super happy listening to it, and I think you will be too. And of course, it's an awesome cover featuring this one over here. So basically, in the immortal words of Bo Wheat, buy my Wecked. Please do that.
Oh my God, I can't believe you just said that.
Yeah, I did. I'm talking about Eddie Murphy from the 80s. You remember what I'm talking about. Boom, done. That's the kicker.
So tomorrow night we will be reading poems.
Cross my palm with silver, and I'll tell you what's in there. Your lifeline is very short. That doesn't mean what you think it means.
But we will.
I do know how to read that by now.
A week from tomorrow.
Yep.
Not tomorrow, Wednesday.
Wednesday after that. We will not be live tomorrow. We'll be live.
Yes.
On the 9th. Am I right? Yes. Sounds good to me.
Right.
Just getting it right in my brain.
Yes. A week from tomorrow.
Well, we have some stuff to do. We'll take care of it. We'll see you next week. Same bat time, same bat channel, because we like you to know when the hell we're going to be live, because otherwise it confuses people.
I know. This was weird, but it was too much money to turn down. So anyway.
We do like a good gig that really does compensate well.
Yes. This better happen.
And I'm really,
it better happen.
I'm really missing that tarot gig in the fall in Pennsylvania. So I'm glad to have a palm reading gig in the spring in Pennsylvania. And that's pretty happy. And in the meantime, it's been a hell of a lot of fun talking about all these things. I had all these ideas that we would talk about bizarre fringe knowledge subjects, but perhaps next.
I know. I thought about that too. With
weird stuff. All right, April 1st, let's talk weird theories. I
wore my weird hat.
You wore the weird hat. I thought we would talk about flat Earth and all that stuff. If you're interested, remind me next week. We'll talk about
don't remind me.
Fun, whack job theories. I think they're fun, even though they're stupid. And the fact is that too many people believe them these days. And what can I say? You can find out for yourself.
Oh no!
You can always find out.
I'm not gonna do that.
You know when you find. You know what happens. You know when you find out. That's when you find out. So, simple fact is, let's talk. We got 52 shows a year. Boom, 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 baby. Let's make them happen. Next week we'll be back at you with more fun drinks. I made some things I hadn't made in a long time today, and I do recommend the Hawaiian Room. Normally made with the brandy. It's a good idea. It's normally made with apple brandy, aka Jersey Lightning. If you're not using it already, that's a good thing to do with it. And we also tried the
purple hazy daisy and the golden hazy daisy.
Yeah, the daisies. Amazing. Those are really good.
Yeah.
Interestingly, there's a whole class of drinks called Daisy. This does not represent either of those.
Nope.
But
spelled differently.
But they were good. They were really good. And but you were using the elderflower. That was a really good revelation. I was happy with that.
Yes.
Because there's a few of those on the market. Some of them I'm like, it's okay.
No,
this one nails it. This one nails it shut. And I do believe that the Bizarre products are very high quality. And it's always worth upping the quality on your liqueurs. It'll make a better drink. We drink a lot of classics around here, and you know what? It's good if you're making martinis, Manhattans, to use better vermouth, and you keep it in the fridge because it's a wine product. Remember that. In the meantime, it's been so awesome to have a couple hours with you tonight. You've heard all my commercial spiel. If you haven't thrown us a like already, please do so. If you haven't shared us already, I very much appreciate that. I would definitely like to improve the audience because it helps things around here so we can keep
Improve
doing
the
this.
audience. They're perfect.
Improve the size of the audience because
Tell your friends.
Tell your friends. Because it makes a difference to our ability to do this for you week after week. And there you go. Next week we'll be back with more fun. We'll let you know. Just watch the socials. You'll find out what the heck we're doing. As always remember, folks. You got any crazy ideas? Send them our way. We always take personal messages. It's fine. You know, are you watching a rebroadcast? I forgot to say that 2 hours ago. Thank you so much. Some people cannot watch us live. If you're actually watching through even a few minutes of this on a rebroadcast, that's just marvelous. Add a comment. You cannot comment to existing comments, but you can always add one, and you can always send us something separately. And for the rest of you, thank you so much for being here. And remember, no matter where you go or no matter what you do, we'll see you soon.
Good night.